Wow, 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 wow. We are live. We are live. I greet you all. I am Priscilla Ekundare, the founder of Sila Springs Hub, and we are the ones organizing Take the Lead Conference 2021, themed balance. You're all welcome. You're all welcome. If you're online, tell us where you are watching from. I can't wait to have you on board. Can't wait to have you all on board. Can't wait. Can't wait. Yes. I see some people are online. Tell us your name and where you are watching from. Your name and where you're watching from. You're welcome to Balance. You're welcome to Balance. Ikunda Itoluwani, my sister. I see you. I see you. We have, yes. Let's see your name. Let's see where you're watching from. Awesome. Today is here. December 10th is here, and we've all looked forward to this event happening now. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I want you to celebrate yourself. The fact that you're here, the fact that you made it here is something worth celebrating. So celebrate yourself using the clapping emojis. Use your clapping emojis. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself. Yeah, I see people are coming in. I want to see your comments. Tell us where you're watching from. Our speakers are ready. And to think that none of them is sending a representative is something so amazing to me. I don't take the privilege, I don't take it for granted at all. Coach JD, Mary Ogundimu, Glory Ojewumi, Christabel Ikpen, they are all set, and they can't wait to shatter every table that needs to be shattered, and they cannot wait to mend the tables that have been shattered that needs to be fixed. So get ready, because you are in for something great. You're in for uh, a life-changing experience, a mindset shifting experience. We have people online, we have people who are on board. Tell us where you are watching from. I can't wait to see your comments rolling in. I can't wait to see your comments rolling in. Faith Adeoshun, you're welcome, my sister. Watching from Lagos. How is Lagos today? Is the Amatan in Lagos strong already? Because the Amatan here is strong. Is strong. So tell your friends that we are live, and our keynote speaker will be joining us soon, very soon. So go back to your WhatsApp and tell your friends we are live. Tell everyone we are live. Wow, Grace Bakare from Ibadan, you're welcome, sis. I'm so glad to have you here, ma'am. So glad to have you here. Trust Ibadan is bubbling. You're welcome. You're welcome. So happy to have you here. So happy. So happy. Celebrate yourselves, though. If you made it to this place today, celebrate yourselves. I celebrate you. I celebrate you. Celebrate you. Wow. My daddy is here. Oh, Stalubenga, I know. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir. I see you, sir. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. 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 I celebrate everyone. I celebrate everyone. If you have your friends who are not here yet, please, 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 please welcome. Bring them on board. Bring them on board. Bring them on board. Bring them on board. Lagos, Lagos, Oshun, Oyo. Can we have all the 36 states in Nigeria represented here already? Can we have them all represented here already? So, in few minutes we'll be starting. In few minutes we'll be starting, and to be honest with you, it's going to be a great time. It's going to be a great ride. Jesu Damilare. Oh, yeah, me Mary. You're welcome. You're welcome from Ondo State. Yes, I think we're going to have all the states Nigeria represented here. Awesome. Akinwale Oluwadara Simi from Oshun. We're glad to have you on board. We're glad to have you on board. Wow, wow, wow. Luatobilo Balade, my big sister. I'm happy to have you on board. Jayu Rhoda. Ajayi Rhoda. I'm happy to have you. Yeah, good vibes. Good vibes. Yes, sis. Yes, sis. Celebrate yourselves. I celebrate everyone. Celebrate you all for making it to Take the Lead Conference 2021. We've looked forward to today, and I'm so glad, grateful to God that the day is here, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the amazing things that are yet to unfold. Our speakers are ready. I am ready. So get your notepads ready, your pen, your jotters, get them ready. Get your mind ready because some bombshells are about to be dropped. They are about to be dropped, and no, you can't get it off of it. So just be ready. Let your mind be open, and soon, very soon, we'll be having the guests, the keynote speaker will be having him, Jesu Damilare Adeshegun David. I call him Uncle JD. Is an uncle, is a father, is a pastor, is is someone everyone should know about. Yes, it's someone everyone should know about. If you're yet to know Jesse Damilare Adeshegun David, no. Today you will know who he is, and is someone you would like to hear from again and again and again. The first time I saw him and heard him speak was in Lautech. He was invited by my very good friend Pamela Emmanuel, and the title of the program then was Exponential Growth, organized for 500 level students in my school. And from there, I connected with him on LinkedIn, only for me to find out he has seen me on Twitter, and you know the relationship started. We started communicating, and since then it's been an amazing ride. It's a privilege to know him. It's a privilege to know him, and I cannot wait for him to just dish out value this evening, this morning. Sorry, this morning. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we should be having him on board now. Should be having him on board now. So I'll be reading the profile of Uncle JD. Reading his profile to you. So just pay attention and know our speaker, our keynote speaker for this morning. Jesu Damilare JD Adeshegun David is a thought alchemist and a community transformation strategist. Innovate Lab, a community co-leads, is an innovation hub and a startup foundry committed to building resilient innovation ecosystems in underserved university communities and creating borderless innovative solutions for communities of all kinds. Through Cognizy, a flagship product of the Lab Startup Foundry, JD is helping to overturn the productive knowledge deficit of Africa. More than 5,000 people, including government officials, professionals, educators, and students who have been equipped with productive thinking skills and strategies since 2018. He is also the co founder of Children That Change the World, a non-profit focused on leveling the playing field for children in underserved communities by providing inclusive products, programs, and resources for their educational development. He is a graduate of agronomy in 2011 and a Teach with Africa Fellow, South Africa in 2015. He has a knack for bridging the seeming divide between diverse disciplines. In 2019, he was recognized by Y Niger in its new establishment list, and his work has been featured in other local and global media. In his quest to ensure his work consistently leads to human flourishing and virtuous culture creation, he recently completed the Praxis Academy course on redemptive business, a program by Praxis Labs, New York, USA. So I want you to get your notepads ready. I want you to just be ready for value because Uncle JD is coming with a bomb. It's coming with a bomb. So get ready, pay attention, don't go away. Don't go away, don't go away, don't go away. It's about time to welcome him on board. Yes. Uncle JD is here. Uncle JD. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you so, so much.
Wow, we are so happy to have you, sir.
And I'm also very happy to be here.
Thank you for honoring the invitation, sir.
Thank you also. Thank you so, so much. I'm really glad. Can you hear me very
Yes, sir.
clearly?
I can. I
Okay,
can.
okay, cool. All right. So whenever we are set, you can let me know.
We are set, sir. We are set.
Oh, okay, okay. Thank you so much.
We are set.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody. It's such a joy and a pleasure to be with us today. Quite a lot, has happened in between when Priscilla informed me about this meeting and now. And I feel like I feel a bit more prepared, or, the experience I've had over the past few months have also taught me even more about balance. And so I'm really glad that I'll be sharing with you about this important theme, balance, right? So I'm actually going to be talking about designing your life for balance and productivity. Now, I could talk about quite a number of things. I could talk about, hey, 4 steps to balance, or how to, how to what to study or what books to read, to get your life balanced, or how to plan your day so that you can experience balance. But I hardly do things like that. I rather want to go straight to the foundational principles. I want to talk about the foundations, the things that if you know them and you do them, then you can be sure that you would actually experience this precious what's called quality of balance. So, as I said earlier, I'll be speaking about designing your life for balance and productivity, and I have just a short time to talk about this. So when people talk about balance, recently somebody reached out to me, sent me a message and said, "Hey, how do you do all these things? Like, I mean, like, how do you cope, right? Like this and that and that." And so I had to send him a voice note and said, "Hey, well, before now, I could be at my wit's end. I could feel like, do I really know how, do I really have the capacity to do all the things that I have on my mind to do and all of that? And sometimes I feel like I'm missing out on so many things, just because there are so many things also on my table. But after a while, I discovered some principles and I will share them here. I normally take a class and I teach a program called Living by Design. And that program actually helps people to know that, first of all, they are created by God, the designer, and they therefore are, since they are created in God's image, it means that they also can actually experience the life of the designer that created them. So they can create their lives in such a way that it is balanced and it is productive. Now, one of the first things I want to actually ask you, I want to ask you right away is, do you know that when the world was created, according to scriptures, like it was, and God said, "Let there be light," and there was light, and then all the other things that God created were basically created, by His speaking. So the question is, how did all the things that God called into existence, how did they know where to be? How did they know the exact place they were meant to remain, right? So that question has always been something, that I pondered upon for a while. Imagine, like this is one that, till today still baffles me. I'm not a chemist. I'm not a biologist, right? Maybe people might have answers to that, but I'm always having this question at the back of my mind. How is it possible that I breathe in oxygen? My nose knows to breathe in oxygen. But then, according to integrated science, and then we went into biology, we're told that the composition of the air in the atmosphere, is 78% nitrogen. So the question in my mind was, then why is it not nitrogen that we breathe in? Why is it oxygen? If there is more nitrogen in the air, then it should mean that we should be breathing in nitrogen, right? So that began to perplex me. But we are told and we have believed it that what we breathe in is actually oxygen. What we breathe in is actually oxygen. So if we breathe in oxygen, it means, therefore, that it was a designed, what's it called, a designed path for man to live. It was a designed path for man to live. Man was meant to live by taking in oxygen and breathing out carbon dioxide. Why is it not, carbon dioxide we breathe in and breathe out oxygen? So within the atmosphere, with 78% of nitrogen, man is still able to breathe in the 21% of oxygen that is present in the atmosphere. That is amazing. That can only speak of design. So you see that everything is well balanced and it produces what it is meant to produce. So right now, till today, plants don't breathe in oxygen, they breathe in carbon dioxide. In essence, it has been designed that way. So imagine if your own life also, you have the person who designed all of these amazing things, and he designed it in such a way that till today, not one of them has gone out of place. Then that means your life can also proceed by design, right? Your life can proceed by design, and that's very, very important. So I will just quickly up to sorry, just give me a second. Okay.
Okay. Welcome back, sir.
I'm actually in Lagos right now, so I had to move from place to place to get a very good place to, have this broadcast. So it took me some moving around to arrive here. So that's why you can see the, sweat. So as I was saying, your life is designed by God, the designer. And what God expects is that you also will live by design. So the first thing is for you to actually live a life of balance and design, you have to believe that you've been created to be a designer. You have to believe it. How many of us, when GT Bank, Guarantee Trust Bank first started in Nigeria, or when they rebranded themselves, suddenly we started seeing some unique banks. The bank shape, the bank style, very different from every other bank. Every other bank was just one normal, bland, neutral color banks, all of that. That was how all of those banks were. But GT suddenly came, and then you will see banks that were shaped like zeros or circles. You see banks shaped like, like they are falling. You will see different bank styles. And you know what happened? It caught the attention of everybody. People began to wonder that what kind of bank is this? And not just that, at a point in time, anytime you wanted to enter into a GT Bank branch, you would hear a song inside that enclosure, that security door, right? And then the song will always welcome you into a GT Bank. Before we knew it, a lot of young Nigerians migrated to GT Bank because suddenly they felt this was a bank that was creative. This was a bank that had user experience in mind. That was because they were intentional about designing what the user experience would look like. GT Bank did that, and you could suddenly see the level of productivity they experienced in terms of profit and all of that. They became like the third biggest bank in Nigeria, like without, I mean, in a very short period of time, something like that. Now, that capacity is not for corporations alone. The capacity to design is not for corporations alone. The capacity belongs to you as a son or a daughter of the intelligent designer, which is God. And I mentioned that to you earlier. How many of you have stopped to actually look at butterflies, or stopped to look at the sunset, or stopped to look at the stars in the night? Have you stopped to look at, if you go to, well, sometimes if you see the rivers around Nigeria, you will think that rivers are not enticing or interesting, that kind of thing. Like, users are not, rivers are not beautiful. But how many of you have seen videos where you could see rivers that were aquamarine in color? Aquamarine, and you could see the bed, the river bed, because the river was as clear as crystal. That is design. Before man, polluted the rivers in, African regions and all of that. That was basically how many of these, seas and oceans look like or looked like before they were polluted. But the fact that there are still examples of those kind of beautiful rivers and water bodies show us that God was not, he was not cutting costs. God wasn't cutting costs when he was designing the earth, when he was designing the heavens, when he was designing you. And if that intelligent designer lives inside of you, then there is no other way to live your life but by design. So by virtue of the one who created you, you already have within you a design. But all you need to know is that that design is first a state of being. It is not something you first do. It is first your state of being before it is a state of doing, right? So that's the first thing. Intelligent design is your portion, is that which is already worked into you. It is part of your DNA. And because you have intelligent design within you, then it means that you are also a designer. Can you tell yourself, I am a designer? Say it once again. Say, I am an intelligent designer. All right, so we move to number two. And what are we trying to, drive at? We're driving at designing your life for balance and productivity. Number two is purpose. Now, the truth is this: if the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. Balance is a state of equilibrium where everything is working the way they are meant to work, when one is not having, outsized demand when it should actually share equal level of demand with other things. Balance is you being able to realize that you are in a state of rest. There was a man in the Bible called Solomon who said something at the point. He said, I have peace on every side. There is no adversary. Like I have rest on every side. Rest is also what balance is. Balance is not you trying to juggle so many things at the same time. Hey, let this one not fall down, let this one not fall down, let this one not fall down. Balance is that state of harmony, internal harmony, external harmony. Balance is that state where even if external impetus or external impulses act on a person, the person soon returns back to a state of rest, balance. And actually, the truth is that one of the major reasons of imbalance in people's lives is because they have not discerned purpose. The moment a man is yet to find purpose, he will take everything that comes his way as top priority. So today he sees this one. This is the new trendy stuff. He embraces it, runs after it. After 3 weeks, he gets fatigued. He sees another one, he runs after that. But a man of purpose actually is that man who is able to see the design of his life and follow it and follow it. It is very, very essential. See, if you do not discern the design of your life, you can't experience balance. And this is not, me just, talking out of turn. I'm actually telling you the fact. If there is no download of the design of your life, there is no way you can actually have purpose. Purpose is the what's it called? Purpose is meant to define the what's it called? The pre-approved or predetermined use of a thing. That's the purpose of a thing. The predetermined use of a thing. Now, the truth is that by virtue of a lot of things, we actually can use something that is not meant for something for that thing. Let me give an instance. There are people that have used what's it called? Socks, stockings or socks as gloves during winter. They couldn't get real gloves, so they use socks as gloves. But is a socks really a glove? No, a socks is not a glove. But people sometimes are able to utilize things for other purposes. But actually, if you want to stick to the integrity of the word purpose, then what you have done is abuse. You have abused a socks by using it as a glove. So if you're doing anything with your life that is not actually part of the design, you are abusing your life. So when you hear of different kinds of abuses, domestic abuse, like sexual abuse, and all of those, abuses, you can also hear from me, maybe for the first time, that there is also life abuse. So when you're not living according to purpose, you are abusing your life. Do you get the picture? You're abusing your life. But now, purpose is the impartation or the download of the design of your life. And you acknowledging it as so. You acknowledging it as so. However, now this is it. This is it. Remember, I told you something that when a man doesn't have purpose, what happens is that anything that comes his way, he begins to, juggle around it. Now, let me give a very, very interesting example in my own life. I remember there was a time when I wanted to. I had a particular opportunity to work with a startup to start a company. The company was to be registered in the USA. It was actually registered in the USA and all of that. But I already had a company I was building because that described my purpose really. And I mean, but obviously, purpose is in layers. So it described my purpose on the surface. Some people may wonder whether that is enough to describe a person's purpose, but I know what is beneath it. So I know that it describes my purpose. So after a while, I got this, call like, I'm trying to build this particular product, or yeah, I'm trying to build this particular product. Can we work together to build it? And I was like, oh yeah, we can actually build it, and then the next thing is we applied for a competition in the US and we came joint first. So we're joint first in that competition and we won $12,500, right? To validate our idea to build an app and all of that. So we started on the journey. But at a point, I realized that this stuff, even though it is going to be very lucrative in the future, it is distracting me from what I have been designed to do. Matter of fact, I discovered that after a while, I began to miss deadlines for that particular company. I found it difficult to keep up. And then I realized that actually it is not as though you don't have capacity, but this is an abuse of your life. You are abnormally using your life to pursue this. And that was how I looked at all the prospects of the multi-million dollars that the product will have brought, and I walked away from it. I had to walk away from it. I walked away after taking time to have a retreat, just to be sure that, okay, what am I meant to do? And then I realized that I'm meant to walk away from it. And so I did walk away from it. The project has continued since that time. I don't have any share in the company and all of that. But I feel more balanced now than if I were to be juggling that as well. Interestingly, I've also had to work on other projects apart from my company since that time. But I have not felt the same way I felt building that particular company because it was seemingly not in line with the design. So, one of the most important things that you have to know about balance is that design, see, intelligent design has balance already within it. It has the two things, balance and productivity within it. Intelligent design has balance and productivity. A lot of people, a lot of medical practitioners, I mean, in the olden days, they looked at some part of the human body and they were wondering that why are these things there? I mean, it doesn't seem as if there is any use for these things. And then they felt like they were useless. That why was this thing there, right? But after more years of research, they began to discover that these things that they felt were very minor, they were doing significant work in the body of human beings. That is very important. God, the intelligent designer, has already designed both balance and productivity into the template on which the world runs, into the template on which you run. You run spirit, soul, and body. That's why you have to discern the design to actually identify your purpose. Now, the number two thing is that faith is one of the strongest assets for a man who will live in balance. Faith is one of the strongest assets. Now, let me tell you, purpose is not now, purpose is future. But what faith does is that now, if there's this scripture that says, hope deferred maketh the heart weary. In essence, if you're living with a future purpose that doesn't have a seeming immediate implication, you will not be able to stay long with it. After like 4 months, you'll get tired. But men and women of faith have been those people that have been able to live their lives of greatest balance. That's because faith brings purpose into now. Faith makes purpose now. It takes it from the future where you lose touch with it and it makes it now. It gives you a clear cut vision. So faith could be the magnifying glass or the telescope of purpose. Faith is the telescope of purpose. So when you hold a telescope to your eyes or a pair of binoculars, it draws very close to you something that is very far. That's what faith does. So faith helps you to see your purpose as if it is now. So when people talk with you, they hear you talking like, this is what my life is about. And they're looking at you and they're looking at the environment. They're like, you? No, 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 that can't be. I mean, how are you be talking like this? You? We know you now. You know, that kind of, I mean, we know you. We know you. I mean, that's what happened to Jesus as well. Ah, isn't that the carpenter's son? Or is that not the brother of this and that and that? And they were seeing him as just that person. But he was seeing himself as the person who was moving towards a joy that was set before him. The Bible says, who for the joy that was set before him. That was why Jesus could live a balanced life. There was nobody that could distract him. There was nobody that could give him extra work to do that his father had not designed for him to do. So there are times that some people could come to you and say, help us do this thing. You are very good at doing it. They will flatter you, they will make you feel very good. And then they will say, hey, let's go and do it, let's go and do it. But then you will discover that that thing is an abuse of your life. It was not captured within the design for your life. And so it wearies you, it weakens you, it just throws you off balance. Now, see, it does not mean you won't be stretched, but you will know it when there is imbalance compared to when you are being stretched in terms of capacity. Capacity, the stretching of capacity is different from imbalance in life. Imbalance in life is that feeling where you know that something is missing in your life, like Everything is not holding together, everything is falling apart. That is what actually happens with imbalance. But being stretched is where you get that feeling that, okay, I think my strength is failing me. Now I need to build more capacity. So remember the story I told at the beginning. Somebody reached out to me, how do you handle all these things? So I told the person, I said, see, this is what I do. Anytime I begin to feel stretched, like I'm feeling stretched, I know it's not imbalance. I know it is me. It is myself that has to respond in terms of increased capacity. So what do I do to myself? I tell myself, hey, if you were the CEO of this large company, do you think that your workload will not be more than this? And then I'm like, the person who is actually the CEO right now, I mean, he's a human being as well. So if he's able to do it, then that means there is capacity inside to do this. And then if I think about the CEO and it does not help my mind, what I do is, what if you were the president of a country? I mean, we have people who are presidents, we have people who are governors. What if you are the governor of a state or the president of a country? The moment I think like that, something happens to my mind. It enlarges. And I'm like, I mean, I'm just, maybe leading about 1,000 people or 2,000 people, and I'm already feeling like this. What if I was given 50,000 to lead or 1 million people to lead? I mean, would I fail on that day? And so I stretch some more and I come into that new place of capacity. Very important. So what allows you to stretch and not to enter the realm of imbalance is when faith has brought focus to your life. Faith brings focus. Jesus, who for the joy that was set before him. The other heroes of faith, they said they looked for a city. They were not mindful of what was, presently obtainable. Rather, they were looking for a city. And the moment, anytime they looked at anything that did not look like that city, they did not, they did not settle. So they kept looking for a city. Imagine Abraham kept looking for a city for many years. And because he didn't find the city he was looking for, he was content with dwelling in tents. That is what faith does to a person. It brings balance to your life. It allows you not to go outside the life of your design. It allows you to be, they call it tunnel vision. We can call it tunnel vision, where it's as if you are just a one-way street. I mean, like if you only hear go, you don't hear come, that kind of thing. But it's very important. Men of faith have been the greatest men of focus. And because they've been the greatest men of focus, they were the ones who escaped imbalance the most. They hardly fell into imbalance because faith kept their focus strictly on the goal, on the design, right? So, lastly, I'm going to be sharing about leverage. Leverage. Now, after you've done all of these things for balance, balance, like you've designed true purpose, first of all, acknowledging that you are an intelligent designer, then that leads you to discerning your purpose and then being able to design life with God. So you're a co-designer with God. So you and God will now co-design your life to fulfill that design He has given you in the first place. And then you, by faith, enter that life of balance, right? Remember, I told you at the beginning, I'm not going to tell you, okay, break down your day to 40 minutes, that's how balance will come, first focus on academics, all of that. The foundational principle is what matters. If you can get these foundational principles I'm sharing, all the other things will be easy peasy, right? So the last thing is leverage. There was this, it's a Greek mythology. There was a guy called Atlas. So Atlas said, give me a lever long enough, and I will move the earth. Those of us who studied physics will know what is called a lever, right? So you can use a lever to actually move a huge ball of stone from one place to the other just by applying small pressure. That's because you have a fulcrum and then you have this, balance, right, on which the stone is standing, right? Now, many times, the reason why people enter imbalance as well is because they've not discerned the leverage points of their own design. The leverage points of their own design. Now, let me quickly give a few tips. For you to actually get the leverage point of your design, again, you have to study that design very well. I discovered something that initially I was a recluse, meaning that I was somebody who liked to be by myself. But during a period in my life, I discovered that it was as if I was being nudged towards being more present for people. I didn't say social, not social, but being more present for people. So right now, I am a mix of a recluse and a crusader. So being more present in people's lives because of what I am meant to do in their lives. All right, that is okay. So I'm just going to stop my camera and then keep talking. So like being present for people was more like a rewiring of my so that I could how I call like I could come into the design God had for my life. Initially, I thought that I was living my best life by being a recluse. But by the time I came into that understanding of being present for people, suddenly I discovered a serious leverage point that my life has been blessed with. And that is that I am able to build community almost anywhere. I'm able to build community almost anywhere. And how do I build community? By being present in people's lives and then connecting people to people. So this is what happens. So I come into your life not for myself, but I come to just how like walk alongside with people. Like I want to journey with you. I just want to share part of your journey, part of your life journey. That might come in the form of helping someone or even receiving help from someone. I mean, that's very, very important. So, even receiving help from someone, but there is no way you receive help from someone that there's no way you receive help from someone that you don't also give them something back in return, right? Like, ideally, that's how it should be. When you receive help from people, there is no way you won't actually give them something. It's either you give them fulfillment or you give them a new energy, right? To actually do the things they've wanted to do for a while, or you give them the permission to keep doing the thing they have always wanted to do, right? So by being present in people's lives, by being present in people's lives, I began to, how I call it, I discovered that leverage I mentioned, and that leverage was I could build community. So, and when you build community, there's something called the network effect. That suddenly, by you being present for someone and connecting that person with another person, the other person tells another person about you, and the person comes to you. And then it just keeps going like that. I do that. Another thing I discovered was my leverage point was writing. I saw that I could write, I could capture ideas in writing. Some people actually can write, but then they become lazy to actually write the things they want to write. Now, for a person who wants to experience balance, for instance, you might discover that by writing, you are able to reach more people than if you were going to speak to people one by one. So instead of, for instance, if I have a book on marriage, it's called Vision Driven Marriage. A number of people have read that book. It is helping them to learn things that I was taught by God for years. It is helping them to learn without physically coming face to face with me. But not everybody is designed that way. Not everybody has to write. Some other people, their leverage is speaking because their spoken words are always more powerful than their written words. If that is your leverage, you need to cultivate it. You need to cultivate all your leverage points. Now, leverage points are not only things that you find easy to do. There are some that come because you are helped to return back to the life of your original design. You didn't find them easy to do before, but suddenly at a point in your life, you started feeling like there was a constant pointing to that thing, like pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Some people ignore it and they want to remain in their comfort zone. Of, let me just stay with the things I know, the things I find easy. But not every of your leverage points are things you find easy. You need to find them and then cultivate them. You need to find them and powerfully cultivate them. I have cultivated my leverage points over the years. I have actually, also, how I call it, built out a lot of relationships because of this leverage of being present in people's lives. And it is opening substantial doors for me that are helping me to do more without entering into imbalance, that are helping me to achieve more without helping me to put in wasted effort. And there is a principle of compound interest that when you keep investing in something again and again and again, it won't take long before the exponential results of it will be far greater than all your investment into it. And that is something that I want to share with you today as the key to productivity. Find your leverage points and cultivate them. That's the key to productivity. And your leverage points must be connected to the life of your design. That's the only way it will work. And then I said again that sometimes your leverage points are things that come easy to you, but it's not every time. I didn't find it easy to be present for people before. I was more like I wanted to be by myself. In fact, when I was an undergraduate, I could be in my room for days, like, and nobody would know because if I'm with a book and I'm with the internet, I'm okay. I can just be there alone by myself. In fact, most times I'll lock my room from inside. Nobody knows that I'm even around or not. That was how I lived a major part of my undergraduate days until I experienced that redirection towards this very important leverage point. But while I was still in that first phase, I did a lot of writing. So that was a leverage point that I was cultivating during that period of being in records. And now combining the writing with being present. I mean, I'm just mentioning two of many leverage points that I've discovered, but those two are giving me multiple folds of returns where I'm able to live life in continual balance and productivity. Obviously, with each new how I call it opening, right, to go into a higher level of responsibility, you will take some time again to adjust and then return to balance. So those periods are periods of growth, and sometimes you need to have a buffer period within which you return to balance. I want to thank you very much for listening to me today, and I want to charge you that pay attention to the things I have shared. If you faithfully follow them, if you faithfully look into these things and apply them in your life, I can bet you that within the next 1 year, you have astounding testimonials from this short time I've spent with you. Thank you so, so much. I really appreciate you all.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for everything you've said. Honestly, it was a mind blowing session. It was a mind blowing session, and I believe that everyone here has gotten something huge to go home with. Thank you so much. Yes, we have to live our life by design, and I actually got the point that the purpose is not for now, but faith brings that purpose into the now that we have. And I'm really so grateful. So I hope my voice is clear. I hope my voice is clear.
Yes,
Okay.
very clear. Very, very clear. Yeah, thank
All
you.
right, all right. So everybody, I want you to give a clapping ovation, to show that you really follow the session. I want you to celebrate Uncle JD. I want you to celebrate. I'm not seeing comments, please. I'm not seeing comments. Celebrate Uncle JD for the time, for the knowledge, for the wealth of experience he has shared with us. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. We are grateful. Because
Thank
of
you.
the time, because
Yeah,
of
yeah.
your appointment, I would have said if there is any question, people should drop them. But then people can still drop their questions. I'll send
Yes,
it to you,
exactly.
and yes, so
Answer them
I would
later.
get back to those people. Yes, yes,
Definitely.
yes. So
Thank
we
you
are
so
so
much.
glad to have you, sir. So we'll release
Yes.
you now, sir.
Thank
We'll
you.
release you now.
Thank you.
Or would you be able to take the question?
No, no, no. You could send
All
them.
right,
I'll
all
take
right,
them. Thank you. Yeah.
all right, all
All
right.
right.
We are
Bye,
so grateful,
everybody.
sir. Bye. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Wow. Wow. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I'm so happy to have everyone here. I saw David Akinwale join us while the session was on. Akingboye, bro, Victor Akingboye. Yes, thank you. Thank you for joining us. Oyeyemi Mary, thank you for joining us. And now we are having Christabel Ipen. Yeah, I mean Christabel Ikwen on board now. Oh my god. I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy
Likewise,
to see you, Mama. Oh God.
likewise, Priscilla.
I'll be introducing Christabel Ikpen. Give me a second. Let me read her profile. Permit me to read her profile. She's an amazing woman. She's an amazing woman. She's so sweet. Like sweetness is just the word. Sweetness is the word. She's a big woman, no. She's a very big woman. Christabel Ikpen is the CEO of Christabel Ikpen Consulting Limited, a consultancy firm that provides management consulting services to help both individuals and organizations improve their performance and efficiency. Christabel Ikpen is a certified life coach, brand expert, LinkedIn influencer, global speaker, mental health advocate, and author of a self help book on mental health awareness titled Freedom, which addresses possible ways of dealing with depression based on her own experiences. She has collaborated with Bijona Afrique, YCMA Nigeria chapter, NGO Will Listen India, to mention a few, and has been blessed to grace a lot of corporate stages. She has a knack for personal development and well being. She has also been featured by Stratoculture India and Leading Ladies Africa, in which she talks about her struggles with depression, managing a business, and also breaking barriers. She loves giving out value as she believes in so doing, a lot of lives could be transformed in the process. And I am one of those people, yeah. She's a source of inspiration to many people, and she feels blessed and grateful for the opportunity to do what she loves doing best, impacting lives. She's an advocate for reading, education, and women's rights. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to make welcome Christabel Ikwen. I want you to
Yeah,
just send fire emojis. Send fire emojis, fire emojis, fire emojis to
thank you.
welcome the one and
Yeah.
only Christabel Ikwen I know. I know. Yeah, welcome, ma'am. We're so, so,
Thank
so, 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 so,
you.
so happy to have you on board, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Please, can you all hear me? I just want to be sure my audio is on point. Okay,
I
you
can
can
hear
hear me,
you,
right?
ma'am. Yes.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Priscilla, and the rest of the team for, organizing such an impactful and insightful workshop. I mean, this is just amazing, and I really want to applaud you guys, and I want to say big thank you on behalf of, people that are actually going to benefit and those that have benefited. I think this is the second one, if I'm not mistaken. So kudos to you guys. Great job. All right. So, and yes, belated happy birthday, Priscilla. I hope you had a great time. I hope you had a
Thank
great time.
you.
All right. Yeah, you're
Thank you,
welcome.
ma'am.
So, my pleasure. All right. So, the theme of this workshop, permit me to call it workshop, is balance. And um this the saying that goes, too much of everything is bad, right? That means you can, so if you eat rice every day, rice is good, it's food, right? It should give you energy, right? However, if you eat it Monday through to Sunday, if you take it as your breakfast, your lunch, and dinner, then there's a problem because you're not balancing it. Like you're not having like what they call balanced diet. Remember in primary school and secondary school, how they kind of like bombarded us with a lot of those things. So striking a balance is very important. And I'm so grateful that I get to talk about mindfulness and self-care because I've experienced burnout. Burnout is when you're on autopilot. You have a lot of seminars to present at, you have, a lot of collaboration, and you really don't have time for yourself. So the repercussion of that is, at the long run, you might end up actually not achieving anything. So imagine you walked yourself from January through to November, and then December, when you're about to reap the benefits, your body just tells you, okay, I've had enough. I want to pack. I want to rest. So how do you avoid that? And that's what we'll be looking at shortly, which is, as I said, mindfulness and self-care. So I'll start with self-care. Self-care literally means taking care of yourself. Self-care, caring for yourself, right? So it includes anything you do to keep yourself healthy. Now, by anything, I mean it involves your physical well-being, your mental well-being, and your spiritual well-being, right? So it just simply means prioritizing yourself. So I personally found it very difficult. I struggled with putting myself first for a very, very long time. And that's because the nature of the person that I am, I'm a very giving person, right? So by giving, I mean, I'm a people pleaser. I like it when people around me are happy and they don't have issues. And most times I get to put them before me. So I get to satisfy them, so I can take on 3, 4 jobs. I don't want the organizers to feel bad, and I can do all of those things at the detriment of my own health. So I got to the point in my life where I had to say, okay, no, Christabel, this is enough. How do you balance this? How do you take care of yourself? So in as much as you're taking care of others, are you taking good care of yourself? So that's a question that you need to answer, right? So self-care is important, as I said, to avoid burnout. So nowadays I see a lot of people. So I reside in Lagos. My office is in Lekki, and of course I live on the mainland. And so every morning on my way to the office, I just see people moving. You know how it is, and you're like, where are these guys or these ladies running to, for crying out loud? It's like people are just moving. The whole place is chaotic. And you get to ask yourself, what are we pursuing at the end of the day? So a lot of people have gotten so engrossed in the rat race. I call it a rat race because it's a continuous thing. Everybody, you wake up, your alarm wakes you up by 4:30. By 5 a.m., you dash out of the house. By 8 a.m. you've probably clocked in your workplace. By 9 you're attending that meeting. By 10, and it just goes on and on and on, and you don't know that you're doing yourself a great disservice until your body system just shuts down. So of what use is that multi-million dollar company that you're so working hard? I'm not saying don't work hard, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, in the process of doing all of these things, you need to also take care of yourself, right? And as they say, my Niger people, problem no they finish. Try to enjoy yourself once in a while. That is just a typical definition of what it means to actually take care of yourself. Not to just get engrossed, taking care of other people, making sure that, oh, I want to hit that target. I want to get, at the end of the year, I want to have, close the year with so amount in my bank account. And, you're just working and working and working. And at the end, when you even achieve those things, you're not healthy. You're not you don't feel good inside to celebrate it. Doesn't make any sense, right? So we'll quickly look at so I kind of noted several areas where you need to take care of yourself. So I broke them down, and I'll be sharing, I think about 7 or 6. So I just want to quickly run through, because we're still going to talk about mindfulness, right? And so the first one is emotional, right? So one way to take care of yourself is by emotionally taking care of yourself. Now, what this means is you need to have people around you. So I call them your close circle, right? People that you can talk to, people that you can confide in, people that you can share those brilliant and amazing ideas with. You can't thrive in isolation. You also need to create time to reflect. I do a lot of reflection, so which I do side by side with meditation every morning, right? So every day I start my day with, oh, how is my day going to be like? How do I want to kickstart my day? So I'm already reflecting, right? I journal things. I'm a writer. I'm a creative. So what that means is I write a lot. You can't catch me without my notepad and my pen. They're always with me, always with me. It's so funny because there are times that probably I'm sleeping and then an idea just drops in my mind, and then I wake up and the next thing I do is I just grab my notepad and my pen and I just scribble away, right? So that's I'm taking care of myself. I'm thinking of myself emotionally, right? So remember, I said you need to have people around you that you can talk to. You need to reflect. You need to journal. You need to read. Listen to music. Walk out. Take a walk, right? It's just crazy that I see a lot of people work so hard and they can't even take a vacation. They can't go on a vacation. They can't say, oh, I want to just go on a walk, or oh, today, Christabel, I don't want to do anything. I just want to relax. I just want to watch a movie. Things like that would rejuvenate you. It kind of even opens up your creative, like you have a lot of creative juice that flows when you take care of yourself emotionally, right? Don't what they call it, oppress or suppress your emotions. You want to cry it out. Hug people. Be a hugger. I'm a hugger. Cuddle, laugh, take a nap. See, that 10 minutes nap is not going to make your dreams or your goals not to actualize, or make you not actualize your goals. So you need to learn to enjoy life while you're working towards making all those amazing things happen. So the second part is your environment. So you can take care of yourself via your environment. As I said, sometimes just take a walk, go to somewhere nice, breathe in fresh air, enjoy the sun, the night sky. Avoid littering. All these people that you're in your car and then I see you throwing things out of your car. That means you don't like yourself, because if you like yourself, you know that whatever you do to the environment will invariably come back to affect you. So that way you need to also take good care of your environment, right? So you can't project what you don't have. And this is what I want you guys to understand today. You can't give what you don't have. If you don't love yourself, you can't love someone else. If you don't take good care of yourself, you can't take good care of your environment. So you can see it all begins with you changing your mindset, right? Clean your house. It's self-care. I don't know, but every time I do my laundry. I don't know if this happens to any of you. Probably you're listening in or you're watching. Anytime I do my laundry, I feel so good about myself. I feel like load has been taken off my shoulder. And these are psychological things. These are things that really affect you, but you don't know, right? So, clean your room. You wake up, make sure before you leave the house to make your bed. There's nothing like, oh, I'm rushing. No, make your bed, because when you're out there, it gives you that sense of, oh, you have things under control, right? Then the other thing we're looking at is, your finances as well. You need to save, you need to cut costs. Don't be a compulsive shopper. If you don't need it, don't buy it. Right. In fact, I read a book on finance, and the author said, one way she deals with compulsive buying, if she has this feeling that, oh, I need to buy this thing, she'll wait for like 48 hours. If she doesn't feel the same way after 48 hours, then she knows that she really doesn't need it. Right. So you need to also take care of your finances. Avoid credit cards, credit cards, all those ones that a lot of loan apps. I'm not saying loan apps are bad, but I'll tell you firsthand, right? I'll tell you firsthand that a lot of people are in debt. They have so much money that they need to repay, because now acquiring a loan or getting a loan is basically at your fingertips. So they don't even think about, oh, I need 30,000 naira. Let me just borrow from so and so. I need them 10,000. Is it not just 10,000 naira? Let me just borrow from so and so. What you're doing is you're compiling debts on yourself. And when those guys come crushing in, that's when they start sending what's it called, messages to all your contacts saying, oh, this person is a fraudster. Avoid that. So one way to avoid that is taking care of your finances. Do not spend above your means. You can't, there's nothing like, oh, you want to keep up with the Joneses, or you're trying to impress people that really don't even care, people that are not even seeing you in the first place. It's like I'm saying, oh, I want to compete with Dangote, and then I took all the money from my savings account. I went to go and buy Range Rover Evoque because I want to, like, Dangote doesn't even care, right? So you need to take care of your finances. When you do that, invariably, it shows that you're taking care of yourself. Then intellectually, as I said, you are what you read. You can't give what you don't have. So feed your mind, read and listen to audiobooks, watch documentaries, right? Every time it's not just, movies on Netflix. They have a lot of documentaries, a lot of planet documentaries, animal documentaries that would really make your mind open and you feel good, because I watch a lot of those documentaries. So I really recommend them. Become curious, try something new. If you don't know how to drive a car, go learn how to drive a car, right? Take a class, complete a program. If you're in school, make sure to graduate. You understand? So because what you're doing, and as I said earlier, all these things invariably, they add up to your self-care. They add up to you balancing what you have. Then of course, occupationally, which is, learn a trade. Get your degree. If you're in Nigeria, please get your degree. There's nothing like school is a scam. School is not a scam. Hmm? Go and get your degree first. Don't listen to that bullshit. Pardon my language, right? Train for a promotion, accept the promotion, put your resume together, be hungry for growth. Every day, make sure to learn something new, right? If it's a skill, and the good thing about it is these things are really at our fingertips. Google is your best friend. You have a lot of online resources for free that you can learn, things from. Then physical, definitely, you can't tell me that you love yourself if you don't watch what you eat, if you don't work out, if you don't, go for your annual checkup. We know I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian, and I know that, the Bible has said He will teach me to number my days. I shall not die but live. Now, it doesn't mean I won't take my health seriously. It doesn't mean I won't play my own part. It doesn't mean, oh, because now I read in the Bible that God said, I shall not die but live, I will be eating junks all the days of my life. God is not a magician. What you sow is what you reap. So let's learn, right, to do the needful. Let's not be blinded. Let's not just say, oh, okay, no, do your own part. Work out daily. If you can't work out daily, maybe you drive to work, right? Sometimes I just say, no, I want to walk. I just want to take a walk. Oh, it's not every time you use elevator. Or sometimes take the staircase, right? Avoid drugs and alcohol. Don't be a drunk. Don't, take really good care of yourself. See, what you put inside of you shows if you love yourself or you don't love yourself. So if you're abusing your body, what you're telling me, or what you're telling the people around you, is that you don't love yourself enough. Because if you love yourself enough, you will take care of the body that God has given to you, right? Of which you would all agree with me that without this body, we can't do anything. So if I'm sick, I just recovered from, I think it's the weather. So I was down for like some few days, and I was saying, God, please, I need to get well. So I don't give Priscilla a story. Priscilla will chase me in my sleep, right? And you know, I had to take care of myself. I had to take medications. I didn't say, oh, because I'm a Christian now. God said that I will not die but live. This illness will leave me. I don't need to go to the hospital. No, don't do that. Right? So avoid drugs, avoid alcohol. See the physician when you're not feeling well. Stop self-medication. Any small thing is malaria. So you cough today, you say it's malaria. Who told you it's malaria? Are you a doctor? Right? So all these things that you do would show if you really like yourself. And these are ways. Remember, I'm talking about ways that you can take care of yourself. I started with I think emotional, and I talked about intellectually. And intellectual, I talked about your in your occupation. I talk about, now I'm talking about in the physical, whereby you need to work out daily. You need to learn to take a walk. Not every time car, not every time you want to use elevator, right? Eat healthy food, say no to junks, eat fruits, drink a lot of water, right? Get your annual checkup, see the dentist, take medications as prescribed, avoid drugs and alcohol, get your 7 to 9 hours of sleep, please. Very important, because see, it'll get to a point when you overwork your body that it will just shut down. So, as I said, you've worked so hard from January through to November, and you're meant to start reaping all the things, all the efforts you've put in for the past 11th month. You're meant to reap them, in December, and then your body just says, "Okay, I've had enough." And your body breaks down, and then you can't show up anymore. You can't, no, avoid those things, right? So see the physician when you're not feeling well, basically. So we also have the social, so people say, oh, I'm a workaholic. I want to make sure I hit my target. I want to make sure that everything is on point, and then they don't have a social life. Nothing. Everything about them is work. Some people are so boring. I mean, I'm not like an extrovert, but I try as much as possible sometimes to just, go out with my friends and meet up with friends and family. Well, oh, let's go to the beach. Oh, let's take I think in October I went to Casedo Papa in Benin Republic. I just said, okay, this weekend let me go for a weekend getaway. Let me just leave the madness of Lagos. Let me go and calm down. And that trip did a lot for me, because I came back to Lagos. I felt so happy. I felt rejuvenated. I had my creative juice was just flowing. I, sealed deals, and it was just amazing. So, you know, make sure that you enjoy life. See, this life is just one. You can't be serious all through your life. You can't just say, no, this is how I want to live my life. I'm just going to, walk and walk. Even God did not create you. God self rested. Abi? Yes, now on the seventh day, what did God do? God rested. So what God is trying to tell you is rest. Find time to spend time with your friends and families, keep in contact with old friends, volunteer, go out, have fun, engage in healthy social media use, exude positivity. When people see you outside, they'll just be like, wow, I love this person. I love this lady. I love this guy. I love the positivity. I love, their persona and everything. Then, of course, the last one that I'll be looking at is the spiritual aspect, right? So you need to meditate, you need to pray, you need to reflect, engage in yoga. Yoga, we'll talk about yoga when we're talking about mindfulness. Visit a meaningful site. I'd always wanted to visit India, and that's because, okay, not just, I watch Z World, but not really that. I wanted to, I know India, they're very rich in their spiritual being. You have a lot of, I think they have the most religion. And I always wanted to go there to just see and just experience these things for myself. And I did, and it was amazing. And that's why I love traveling. That's why I love exploring, and I love meeting people, because that's one way that I really take care of myself. It makes me feel so happy. It makes me feel like the world is so small yet so big. So don't be the person that they gave birth to you in Nigeria or wherever you might be listening from, and you've never gone to, in fact, you've not even gone to some states in your country. Well, I'm guilty, I've not visited all the states, but at least I try, right? So put in the effort, try as well, love one another, help those in need. Just this morning, I went downstairs to pick something, and I was climbing up the staircase, and my neighbor's daughter, she was just there smiling at me, and I smiled back, and I was like, hey, how you, darling? And she was so happy, she was so excited. Life is not hard. Let's not make life look that it's one big puzzle, that you have to be serious all the time. If you read my bio on LinkedIn, one thing I mentioned was, I don't believe that you need to be too serious to achieve things in life. I don't believe that you need to be uptight, you need to be like, let's be all professional. No, I'm not, look at me, I'm very laid back, right? No, it doesn't mean I don't get things done, right? So these are things that you need to look out. And so quickly, we'll look at mindfulness, right? But just to recap, I talked about what self-care is. Self-care simply means taking care of yourself. Right? I talked about how it's important to balance things up, especially if you're a professional, right? Maybe you have a 9 to 5 job, or you're running your business, or you're a thought leader. It's very easy for you to get caught up to say, oh, I want to achieve this, I want to do this, I want to do that. And at the end of the day, you just see that you don't have time for other things. So you need to strike a balance. You need to take care of yourself. And so I kind of like talked about some ways that you can take care of yourself. I talked about emotionally, talk to someone, have people around you, read, journal, write things down, right? Don't suppress your emotions. Cry if you need to. Hug people, laugh, cuddle, take a nap, right? Don't be too serious all the time. I also looked at, I talked about, the environment, how you can use that, take care of yourself. Take a walk, breathe in fresh air, enjoy the sun, recycle, clean your house, clean your room, do your laundry, make your bed every morning before leaving the house. Psychologically, all these things have positive effects, not just on you, but the activities of that you do on that day, because you just see that things are just going fine. You're not worried, you're not tensed about anything. Then I talked about your finance. I develop a practical financial plan. Save, right? Invest. Don't spend above your means, right? Don't be tempted to impress anybody. Trust me, these people don't even care. They're not even seeing you, so it's like you're just wasting your time. Why do that when you can have a good financial plan, and then save and make your life better? Not just your life, but probably the lives of those around you. Then intellectually, read, listen to audiobooks. I read a lot. Watch documentaries. Not every time movies. Complete puzzles. Try new things. If you don't know how to drive, go and learn. If you don't know how to ride a bicycle, go and learn. Just open your mind. Let your inner child out. I think what adulthood has done to a lot of people is it has made us lock the child or the children that we are inside. And so everybody is also serious. But if you look at kids, they're literally, I love kids. I love just looking at them. Like they don't really care. They are happy, they're excited, they're optimistic. When you see a lot of adults, they are uptight, they are scared, they don't trust anybody. And then you see them falling sick. Why wouldn't they fall sick? Why wouldn't they fall sick? Right? So these are things that you need to watch out for. Then I said, in your occupation as well, learn a trade. You're looking for that promotion. What do you need to do to get that promotion? If you probably need to learn a skill, or take a course, or attend a program, do that, right? Open up your own business. You've been thinking of, oh, I want to launch my business, I want to launch. What is stopping you? Take that first step. If you need to get a coach, there are a lot of amazing coaches that are just waiting to work with you. Reach out to them, work with them. Enjoy your job. Don't see your job as a torture. I tell people that no matter how bad your job is, it's actually paying your bills, right? So why are you getting upset? You getting mad, you getting upset at your boss or that colleague that doesn't like you, you're doing yourself a great disservice, right? Enjoy, learn to be in the present. And that's where meditation comes in and mindfulness comes in. And we'll talk about that quickly. And I also talked about your physical, the physical part where you need to work out. You need to, eat healthy. You need to go for your annual checkup, see your dentist. Not that you go outside in public, you want to say hello, everybody's like, no, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Appearance is key. I tell people that, see, people judge you by your appearance before you even open your mouth to say anything. They've already concluded, which is not right, but that is how it is. So you need to know how to play this game, right? You need to be at your best all the time, and you can't be at your best if you don't take care of yourself, right? So see the physician when you're not feeling fine. I really discourage self-medication. Get your 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Please, there's nothing like people that want to be successful, they sleep for only 2 hours, they sleep for only 3 hours. Where did you hear that from? Who told you? Please show me. It's not like that. Take care of yourself. Get your 7 to 9 hours of sleep, because it's only when the brain is relaxed that you can think straight, right? And then we also looked at the social, which is in as much as they say all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, right? So learn to balance that up with your social life. Spend time with your friends and families. Sometimes go to the movies. We know there's Netflix, but just say, okay, guys or babes, take your family out. Let's just go to the movies. It's a Sunday. Let's just go out and chill, right? Then, of course, your spiritual life, meditate, pray, reflect, engage in yoga, visit a meaningful site, visit a place, see anything that would stir you up spiritually. I'm a Christian. I sing in the choir, I teach Sunday school. So when I say I'm a Christian, I'm not just a passerby Christian. I am a Christian. I love the Lord, right? And so I'm always looking for things that will boost me spiritually. So I listen to a lot of Joel Austin's messages. I start my day with Joel Austin's messages. I feed my spiritual being, because I know at the end of the day it's really going to affect me, right? And everything I do. So quickly we're going to look at mindfulness. So mindfulness is just I say they are like, it's like a sister company of self-care, because if you want to take care of yourself, then you need to be mindful. You need to practice mindfulness. And mindfulness is simply living in the moment, you know, being present. I don't know if you've ever been with someone and you're talking to them, and the next thing you're like, hello, are you there? You're like, and they're like, oh, sorry, what did you say? Right? So you need to practice mindfulness. Why do you need to practice mindfulness? It's, as I said, mindfulness is just the act of being present, fully present in the moment, noticing thoughts and letting them go without judging yourself. So there are times that I'm doing my meditation, I'm just trying to reflect, and some crazy thoughts just comes in my head. What I do is I just acknowledge them. Okay, well, no, this is not what I want to think about now. I'm not going to think about how I have not achieved my 2021 goals. I'm not going to think about how, I'm yet to buy my Range Rover Evoque. I'm going to think about things that I have. I'm going to be thankful for the things that I have. That's mindfulness. Now, being a mental health advocate, I can tell you firsthand that a lot of people suffering from anxiety, depression, partly they are suffering from, being mindful, right? So they let a lot of negative thoughts, they dwell a lot on negative thoughts. They're always thinking on the things that, always beating themselves up over things that they don't have, and then they forget to appreciate the things that they have. Because I battled with depression, and there was a time in my life where it was like nothing was working. I didn't have a job, my account balance was red, I wasn't, in a relationship, I was sick. It was terrible. And at that point, I was just like, what's going on? Like, is it my village people? If it's my village people, I'm sorry, forgive me. Right? It was so bad. However, when I began practicing mindfulness, choosing my thoughts, saying, okay, no, these are the things I want to do, these are the things I want to dwell on, these are the thoughts I want to dwell on, I saw a rapid change, not only in my life, but even people around me were beginning to ask, like, oh, Christabel, there's something different about you. Oh, Christabel, what's going on? Like, we can see positive changes around you, right? So that's what mindfulness does. So the benefits of mindfulness practice, basically, it helps you to reduce stress. I mean, most times we are stressed or we are anxious of things that we can't even control, right? It enhances your performance. So instead of getting worked up, instead of getting agitated in your job, you're in the present. You're like, okay, I clock in by 9 a.m. and I close by 5 p.m. I'm going to make sure that from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. I will do everything I need to do at work. I'm not going to be resentful. right? I'm not going to blame anybody. I'm not going to blame the Nigerian economy. I'm not going to blame God. I'm not going to blame my village people. I'm just going to put my best, give my best, and live happy. And you see that when you do that, there will be a change. Like you do more because when you're grateful, when you're in the moment, you're positive, right? And when you're positive, it enhances your productivity. So all these things, they actually go hand in hand, right? So that's about that. So 5 benefits of mindfulness, as I said, it helps you to reduce stress, it decreases, anxiety, emotional reactivity, and the rest. Mindfulness meditation also helps you to focus your attention and on things that matters, and then it helps you to let go of the distractions, right? So a person's ability to be mindful seriously would tell if they can sustain a relationship, because let's be sincere. If you're in a relationship here, there are times that your partner or your significant other would get on your under your skin. You're just like, how did I even fall in love with this person? Or how did I say yes? This person annoys me. This person is like just waiting to to make my life miserable. I can't believe I'm with this person. Now, if you're the person that don't practice mindfulness, you see you just keep dwelling on all the negatives. Oh, why this person is terrible. Oh, this person is not treating me well. Oh, this person didn't send me a good morning text. Oh, this person, I was upset and they didn't even ask me what was wrong. You focus on all the negatives and then you leave the positive, because that's the mindfulness helps you structure your thinking. And as I said, it's a mindset thing, right? So if you're mindful, said the Bible says God is so mindful of us. What that means is we are in God's thought every single day. I mean, for him to know the number of hairs on our head, right? It shows how mindful he is. So that means God's focus is on us. So mindfulness is you channeling your focus. So are you channeling your focus on things that don't matter? Like, oh, how the Nigerian economy has crippled everybody? Or are you channeling your focus on how grateful you are to be alive and how thankful you are to have a roof over your head, or to have a job, or to even be here, to have data to stream and join this amazing workshop, right? So that's what mindfulness does. And then of course it helps you to sleep better. So for me, anytime I'm anxious, I don't sleep well. I just toss and turn on my bed. But when I still my mind and I'm like, okay, Christabel, calm down, I sleep off immediately. So, right, it helps you to sleep well, it increases your creativity, it boosts your memory and your concentration, and lastly, it improves your performance at work, as I've said. So how then do you practice mindfulness? Because I think this is really very important. I'll just rush through, I think, in the next 2 minutes. So how do you practice mindfulness? And the first thing that I do, because I'm literally telling you guys what I do, I'm not telling you things that I read in a book, right? Because I told you I struggled with depression for years. I had suicidal thoughts. I thought, oh, mm-mm. At that time, it was not being a Christian that helped me, right? In as much as, of course, it contributed, but I had to now sit down and say, what's the problem? How can I? Because it's the battle of the mind. If you've not read The Battle of the Mind by Joyce Meyer, I really, really recommend that book. Very good book. Opened up my heart to my mind to a lot of things. So how do you practice mindfulness? So the first one is your meditation. Meditation has been flogged that a lot of people don't even understand what meditation is. So meditation is simple. So I'm just going to highlight what it is. So meditation is you finding a quiet place to concentrate, right? So let's say because I meditate every morning before I leave the house, but sometimes I also meditate before I go to bed. So I'm just in my room and I'm on my bed. I mean, my bed is very comfortable, so I lay on my bed. I lay in bed and I'm just calm, um you know and I just look at my wall or a picture. So I try to concentrate on something, because remember, you're trying to steal your mind. So the best part of my room is my wall. I love the painting, beautiful. So I just look at the painting and I'm just looking at it and I'm just breathing in and breathing out. And I'm just like that. A thought to just come. Mm-mm. How far? You've not done this, you've not done that. And I'll just immediately acknowledge it. Oh, yeah, that's true. I've not done it, I've not done. But that's not what I'm doing now. I I let it go off to the next one. I go back to looking at it, right? I go back. I go back to the focus, which is the wall. So yours can be a pen. My former boss, he meditates in the office, and what he does is he's on his seat, right in the office, and he's just looking at his pen on his desk, and he's just looking at his pen, and it's just breathing in, breathing out, you know, and it just helps you still your mind. And another thing you can do while at it, you can listen to music. You can just because there's something about music, it helps you, like it just gives you that extra vibe. So you can listen to soft music, not bang bang titing bang bang music. Please, soft music that will cool your mind. It can be like a worship song, and just be present in that environment. Do that for maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And let me tell you, when you are done, you would feel at peace with yourself, right? So another thing you can do is of course, you can practice meditation at work. You can incorporate it in your daily tasks. Anytime I'm cleaning the house, I meditate as well. So let's say I'm mopping the floor of my room, and I'm just like, oh, mopping, and I'm looking at the mop, and I'm just, in the moment, and I'm just soaking it all in. You can also practice it with your friend. And so, guys, my time is up. But I really hope you got value. Remember, as I said, mindfulness and self-care, they're very, very important. You can't take care of other people if you don't take care of yourself, right? And there's really no point working so hard, losing sleep, not creating time for family and friends, doing all of those things, and then at the end of the day, when you're about to reap all the benefits, your body shuts down, and then there's nothing you can do about it. And then that's when the doctor will say, no, 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 you have to be on bed rest, you can't do this. But then you've worked so hard, so why not strike the balance now, right? Why not enjoy life, but as well as you're enjoying, as much as you're enjoying life, right, you're also getting things done. That's my recipe, that's my life, that's how I do my business. So I work hard and I play hard. Right? I'm not missing out on anything. I try not to miss out on anything. So I really hope you guys got value. Thank you once more, Priscilla, for having me. And thank you all to everyone in the audience. You guys have been fantastic. And so, yeah, Priscilla, thank you. I think I'm done here.
This is for my phone. Okay. Thank
Priscilla, are you there?
Can everyone hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can everyone hear my voice?
Yeah, Priscilla, I can hear you loud and clear.
I want to be sure. Thank you so much, Mama.
It's my pleasure.
Is my voice clear?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know.
Excuse me.
Hello. Yes, can you hear my voice?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, but my video is not on, I guess.
Oh, but I can see you. I can see you. I don't know if yeah, but I can see you.
Is my video on?
Yep, your video is on.
But we are so grateful, Ma. Okay, thank you so much for the time, for the time. I think we should be able to ask questions at this junction. This junction. So if you have any question, please send your questions to the comment section. If you have any question, yes, please send your question so that you have your question answered immediately. Immediately. Do you have anyone asking questions? Do you have anyone asking questions? Take care, ma'am. Okay, it looks like we don't have anyone asking questions, but sorry, I'm having a technical. Okay, yes, I want to. I want my face to be seen. Yeah, so mindfulness and self care. I've learned so much. Yeah, I've learned so much. I got so much value. I got so much value. I believe everyone. Yeah, I can. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Ma. Thank you. Thank you. Arrange your rooms before leaving your house.
Very
um,
important.
let your room be clean. Let your room be clean. Actually, if there is anyone who is trying to live this balanced life, you want to be balanced, you are there, people are seeing you up there, you're doing amazing stuff, but in your room is looking at you like, hello, what's going on here? You're
Exactly.
not yet balanced. You're not even fit for that place. You should even look at yourself like, I don't deserve to even talk to people. But we are not judging anyone.
Yeah.
For your time. Thank you. I don't know the things that had to wait for you to be here. I don't know the things that had to stop. Toluwani Kundari says she loves your vibes. She loves the vibes.
Oh, thank
You
you,
can't listen to Christabel Hikpe and I don't get vibes. You gotta get some vibes. You gotta get some vibes. Thank you so much, ma. And we believe that it will be inviting you for another session. You gladly honor invitation. But we don't take this honor for granted. We don't. We don't. Thank you so much, ma. So there is no question. So we would like to release you now. And move on to the next session. Yeah. Can everyone hear me now? Hello. Can you all hear me now?
I can hear you. I think they can.
Okay. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation. Sorry, I had a little technical issue that I'm trying to resolve at my hand. Okay. Okay. Mary Ogundimu, you're welcome, ma. You're welcome, ma. And I believe you're ready for us. I believe you're ready for us. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Sorry, I'm supposed to read the bio right now, but okay, please hold on for me. Please hold on for me. Kindly hold on a second. But even without reading the bio, to be honest, Mary Ogundimo is someone I've learned so much from. She's been an inspiration, a great and very huge inspiration over time. She's the founder of the Multi Woman Academy, the Multi Woman Network. Yeah, and I've learned so much from her I've been following her for almost 4 years now, but I got to meet her very well this year, and I've learned so much from her. Please make welcome Mary Ogundimu. Please make welcome Mary Ogundimu. I want you to show that you are so excited in the comment section. Please show that you are so excited to see Mary Ogundimu in the comment section. Please, you can go on, ma'am. You can go on, ma'am, with your session. I am so happy that you're here. Thank you for honoring the invitation. I am so happy, very happy. Thank you, ma.
Thank you
Yes,
so
ma.
much, Priscilla. You're doing well. Well done. Well done so much. I
Thank
see
you,
that
ma.
the people in the house are energetic. Whoa! You people are not going to make me lose focus. I want to come here, just deliver my message and run off. I saw the time schedule, so I intend not to even go beyond the time. Lord Jesus, please help me. Help me. Hi, guys.
Amen.
It's so great to be with you. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, Priscilla, for the great work you are doing here. Okay, so I'm going to mute my phone so that I don't have anybody disturb me. So, straight up into the conversation we are talking about today is how to achieve balance for global relevance. Am I right? Please.
Yes, balanced positioning for global relevance.
For global relevance. Amazing.
Yes,
I don't
ma'am.
know why you gave me this topic, or maybe because I'm not living in Nigeria. I don't know,
The topic came before you left, even before I knew you were leaving.
but all right. Okay. So balance positioning for global relevance. In top of my head, like thinking about this topic is like how do you know, set yourself out from the crowd for you to be noticed or recognized by a global space or global audience or global people or anyone at all, right? Rooftop, that's just like a layman explanation. But maybe we should begin the conversation of um, why even should you position yourself for global relevance? Maybe I should state in this conversation that what I'm about to talk about, or whatever I'm going to be talking about today, is not going to be valuable to everybody. It's not going to be valuable for everyone because I will not deceive myself to think that everyone actually wants global relevance. Some people are, very okay being a local champion, and it's okay for them. That's their dream. That's their mission. It's fine, my darling. If that is what your, assignment is, I joined in some of the sessions, and I heard where the male speaker was talking about, your assignment, your purpose, and all of that. So if yours is to be, just dominate the space, that little space that God has put you in, you just want to be there, you just want to be known in your church, you just want to be known in your street, you just want to be known in your school. It's okay if that's what you want, my dear. It's a decision. It's perfectly fine for you. But if you're like some of us who want to, go to international events, who want to deliver speeches, who wants to network, expand our knowledge, interact with people of different colors, talk to people in different fields. If you're like some of us, then bravo, great dream. So I'm talking to those people who have those kind of ambitions and dreams. Okay, so I just needed to say that because by the time I start saying something, so that some people will not start feeling offended. Okay, that's very, very important. So why do you need to position yourself for global relevance? I'm going to take my cue from this part of the scripture that I like so much. No apologies for talking about the scriptures. Hallelujah. Where the Bible says that, I'm just going to paraphrase, okay? I'm not going to quote it word for word. But I heard it and it was very clear, in Genesis, the mandate was multiply, replenish, dominate, have dominion over everything in the head. And to me, when I hear those things, when I hear multiply, when I hear dominate, when I hear have dominion, when I hear take charge, I just know that God has given me everywhere for my possession. Okay. And then so I take on the nations and I do things that are extraordinary because I am being powered by the creator, which is fueling my influence. Okay, so that way I can now, conveniently say, oh, I'm operating in the global space, not because, oh, I'm just operating in the front of it, but because that is what I'm meant to do. That is my assignment. So that is me operating in just my natural habitat. So it's nothing strange if you see me, delivering a speech in UN. It's not strange. It may be strange to you, but to me, it is not strange because that is what I have been designed to do. I've been designed to, operate in those environments, and it's just a matter of time. And it is me stepping into each of those places in the seasons and in the times I'm meant to step into those places. Okay, so when you see me have conversations that are globally relevant conversations, do not be surprised. Okay, that is um exhibiting my natural traits, just doing the things I'm meant to do naturally. Okay, that's just fundamental. Now, how do you even begin to position yourself for global relevance? One of the things you need to note specifically, if you want to operate for global relevance, one of the things you need to always remember is that to whom much is given, much is expected. So if God is giving you so much, you know that more is being expected from you, but you cannot be globally relevant if you are one who is easily distracted. You are not focused on a particular thing. You're just here and there, jumping here and there. You cannot really be able to achieve global relevance easily. Now, how do you achieve global relevance? One basic thing I'm going to stress today: if you must achieve global relevance, if you must achieve global relevance, then you know that you have to obtain mastery. Mastery in any field you have found yourself, mastery of your gifts, mastery of yourself, mastery of your purpose, mastery of your message, mastery of what your topic is, mastery of what your assignment is. You must get to that point where you have, gotten a clear mastery of that thing. Very important. So if you're thinking about global relevance, if you're thinking about, how can I even be globally relevant? Gain mastery, obtain mastery in any field you have chosen. You cannot understand your significance without finding your mastery. It is not possible. It is not possible. So if you're able to gain mastery of your message, of yourself, of your purpose, of what your assignment is, of what you're meant to be doing, of what your career is, if you're able to gain mastery in any field whatsoever, I promise you, it's just a matter of time. Nations will be at your call. I hope somebody is getting me here. For those who care to listen, when I talk to people, I like to stress the fact that your competition is not your friend. I mean, it's not the person beside you right there where you are, in the same environment, just the same locality. That's not who you're meant to be competing with, if you even want to compete at all. Okay. As much as we say, oh, competitions are not healthy and all that, there are some competitions that are really healthy. Then you now begin to talk about healthy rivalry. Okay. But again, in the place of healthy rivalry, have this at the back of your mind that you are not competing with just the person beside you or the person next to you. If you're thinking about global relevance, then go and look for somebody who is doing something similar to what you want to do in the global space. Then you can now begin to talk about competition. You can now begin to talk about healthy rivalry. You can now begin to talk about, oh, this person inspires me. Very important. So what are you doing to gain mastery of your assignment? What are you doing to gain mastery of your message? What are you doing to gain mastery of yourself? What are you doing to gain mastery of the mandate? If you want to achieve global relevance, trust me, you cannot operate on a shallow level. It's not possible. Because when you get to tables and you need to you need to contribute in some conversation, you're not going to stay there and then you're saying, deep, interesting, word, That's not all there is to it. Hello? There is more to deep, interesting, amazing. Oh, wow, I'm inspired. Hello? You don't do that in the global terrain. When you are in those spaces, they want you to contribute, and you're contributing tangibly. If you're not one who has gained mastery of your field, or of your calling, or of your mandate, or of your career, how do you want to sustain a conversation? How do you want to sustain a conversation when you cannot even cut out 2 paragraphs on the go? How do you want to sustain a conversation? It's no joke here. It's no joke. In the global space, it is no joke. So if you want to position yourself for global relevance, know that you must be a person of substance. You must be a person of substance. Look at a tree that is growing. Do you know how you know how strong that tree is? It is in the roots. It is in the roots. For a tree that is deeply rooted in the ground, It is hard for you to just take off that tree. But if you find a tree that is, that maybe the root is not even deep, you can even pull it out with your hand. But look at those mighty trees in the forest. Do you know how deep their roots are? When you're positioning yourself for global relevance, then know that there is more to the conversation. That's when you begin to hear the part of deep calling on to deep. It is not just deep on the surface. It is not just deep because you don't know what you're talking about. It is deep because you have substance. It is deep because when people begin to uncover, there are layers. It is deep because when people begin to meet you and then they hold conversations with you, they see that, oh no, you're not operating on a normal level. It is deep because people know that you have something of what? It is deep because people know that, oh, you are up to date and you know what's happening, you know what's going on, and you are sound. So there is more to being deep. There's more. There's more. There's more to you saying, oh, deep, I catch it. Hey, amazing. Hello, we are not, it's not jamboree. In the global space, it's not jamboree, okay? You can still navigate in your local setting. You can still, bamboozle the people around you, because in the city of the blind, you know how it is. The one-eyed man is now the leader, okay? But when you get into a larger society, in a place where, oh, people with two eyes now live, then you know that even your own one eye cannot even stand beside them. I don't know if anybody gets that analysis. So you want to be sure that you know what you're bringing to the table. What are you even offering? What are you bringing? Global relevance. You want people to know, oh yeah, I'm somebody of what? I'm somebody of note. I want to compete with people in the global space. You cannot afford to be shallow. It's not possible. It's not possible. There has to be something more. There has to be that extra touch. There has to be that extra touch, so that when people listen to you, they stand at attention. They want to hear what you have to say. Not because they've not heard it before, not because they probably have not heard something like that before, but because they know that because it is coming from, it's coming with another deeper version, another superior knowledge. What do you even know? What are the things you expose yourself to? What are the knowledge you expose yourself to? What are the things you expose your mind to? We're talking about global relevance, and don't forget what I said initially. Please, this conversation is not for everybody. This conversation we are having right now is not for everybody. There are people who love, just to be in their space. It's okay. It's fine. But if you want to transit, or you want to transcend, you want to come up a bit higher, you want to come up to that space where you can talk conveniently with diplomats, where you can have real conversations, then you know that you must be sound. You must be sound. Your knowledge has to be vast. Your knowledge has to be vast. So now talking about having a vast knowledge, who are those you listen to? Who are those you read from? Who are those you follow in the online space? These things are going to come together to make sense in your positioning for global relevance. These things are going to come to make sense. Because you cannot say you are positioning yourself for global relevance and then the only thing you want to do on social media is to watch comedians from morning till night and then you burn your data. I'm not saying don't watch comedians. I'm not saying don't have fun. I'm not saying don't enjoy your life. Please enjoy your life. I mean, we just learned about self-care, right? I'm not saying don't, have self-care. I'm not saying don't enjoy yourself. I'm not saying don't be steady, with your life. But I'm saying that on what basis are you doing these things? Is it because you are just lazy about it? And then you're hiding on that, self-care. Oh, Christiana has told us to relax, she has told us to take care of ourselves. So let me just sleep and relax because, self-care. Oh, self-care. Small thing, you say, oh, no, please, it's self-care. Please don't talk to me like that. Please don't talk to me like that. Don't affect my emotions. Hello? You can't grow that way. You can't can't grow that way. You must be ready for some backlash. Especially if you even have mentors who are watching out for you, people who want you to get the best. And then they correct you, you say, oh, please, you're treading on my emotions. I'm very soft. Don't talk to me like that. Hello, are you even ready? Are you even ready? Are you ready? Okay, I'm not saying don't enjoy yourself, but I'm just saying that you don't do it from a place of complacency. You don't do it from a place of negligence. You don't do it from a case from the case of abusing these things and privileges. But if you're positioning yourself for global relevance, then you know that you have to do something extra that the person who is not positioning he or herself for global relevance is not doing. You know you need to do something extra. You need to have time to take off yourself from social media. You need to have time to go and immerse yourself in learning. You need time for personal study. You need time for meditation. You need time to even stay up to date with what is happening in the global space. You need that time because you are not like every other person who is not positioning themselves for global relevance. So because you're not just like anybody, you cannot afford to just do things anyhow. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. And then you say, oh, what will be, it's because Sarah. Hello, what will be will not be. Sometimes. Not everything that will be will be. Stop being deceived by rhymes and poems. Those things exist in paper, okay? On paper. Sometimes the things that will not be until you walk towards it, until you do the things you're meant to do. For the things that are meant to be. So you cannot just put your hands and say, oh, what will be. They're going to identify me. You saw a conference you're meant to register for. You didn't register for it, and then you said, don't worry, what will be. What will be. Oh, really? Really? What will be. You're positioning yourself for global relevance. You don't even have international passport. You say what will be. Are you kidding? Are you serious? Wow, I never knew that. Wow. What will be. You want to apply for a conference. They ask you, why are you applying for this conference? And then you are looking for words. You're looking for things to say. And then you say, what will be. You can't even sell yourself. You can't even pitch yourself. And then you say, what will be. Wow, I didn't know. I'm sorry. Maybe I missed the memo. But hello, what will be will not be if you don't do the things you're meant to do. There won't be. We're talking about global relevance here, not local champion. Do you understand? We are talking about global relevance. So you must be ready to pay the price. You must be ready to do what it takes for global relevance. Where do you even in what category of people, in what group of people, where do you even have conversations about global relevance? There's some things you never know about except you're in some circles. There's some things you never know about except you're in some associations. There's some things you will never know about except somebody just tells you. Okay? So in positioning yourself for global relevance, you also need to know that you need the right circle. You need to stay in the midst of the right people. Very, very important. I cannot stress how important your circle is. When it comes to global relevance, if the people you have around you are people that would see, an opportunity, an application, and they will say, I beg, I don't apply before. They know they choose person. They don't get people that they select every year. If those are the kind of people you have around you, you want global relevance. No, there's problem. No, there's problem. There is. There is problem. The only thing they will say is, maybe you applied last year, they don't choose. Why you want to apply to this year again? I forget them. Necessary. Oh, really? And you want global relevance? The people you have around you are people that you're going to see an opportunity and you're sharing with them. And then they're saying, oh, no, no, $500 they see, yes, so no, $500 plenty, oh. And you want global relevance. How come you're in the midst of people who never see a reason for you to invest in your development? Don't you think something is wrong? How come you're not in the midst of people who will encourage you to go for something good? You know, people would say, you know what, don't worry, I support you. I love how you're dreaming big and I want to be a part of it. How come you're not in the midst of those people? You think somebody will just wake up one day and then just call you up because you've heard a testimony of somebody who said, oh, I was just on my own and I heard my name. Those kind of testimonies. It doesn't happen to everybody. Hello. Global relevance. I'm talking about global relevance here. And then how come you're in the midst of those who never ever see the need for you to pay for something? And then when you tell your friend, oh, do you know that training I paid 50,000? They say, you paid 50,000 for that training? Oh boy, you get money, oh. How go use 50,000 pay that thing? What they teach you now there? 50, you can't pay 50. If you're in the midst of those people, I'm not sure you're ready for global relevance. I'm not. Because you would need to pay some prices, you would need to sacrifice. You will need to take some, very, very intentional steps. You need to get into some circles, you need to get into some associations. So again, check your circle. Who are the people around you? Who are the people always talking to you? Who are the people you are always talking to? Vice versa. Who are those people? Very important. I think how a lot of people these days, wish for global relevance. They wish, wow, you see people on stages say like, oh wow, wow, I love what she's doing. Wow, wow. I look at this and what she just got. Wow, I love it. It's beyond a mere wish. Do you understand? It's beyond a mere wish. It's not just by wishing. Oh, I wish. Oh, I wish. Oh, I wish to travel here. Oh, I wish to travel there. Oh, this. Oh, that. And then you say, oh, they've told us to do positive, to do affirmations. I affirm. I affirm. I affirm. You are affirming. You are affirming. You are affirming. What are you doing to see those your affirmations become reality? But no, you're not doing anything. But you say, I affirm, I affirm, I affirm. You affirm you want to travel. You affirm you want to tour the world. You affirm you want to speak. You affirm you want to attend this social event. What are you doing? What is even your own effort in this thing? You're just affirming. You think it's only by to be reading affirmation. Are you joking? Is it just to be reading affirmation? You have to do the work. You have to get to work. When you're not reading the affirmation, until drop your affirmation and get to work. Drop your affirmations and get to work. The affirmations will only work when you are working in line with those things you are saying. And if you put in your own effort, let everybody know that, oh yeah, you have tried, you have done your best. But no, you're only affirming morning, day, and night. You say, oh, they've told the things I affirm will happen to me. The things I affirm, I affirm, I affirm. My dear, stop deceiving yourself. Wake up from slumber. Wake up. We're talking about global relevance. We're talking about dominating here, taking charge, dominating the space, getting into a place and then let them know that, oh, yes, you are here. Finding your space and occupying it. Do you know what it means? Where even without shouting, your voice is still the loudest in the room. Even without shouting. Even without shouting, your voice is still the loudest in the room. Because even your presence alone commands a level of attention, and everybody wants to listen to you. Everybody wants to hear what you have to say. How many books have you read, brother, that wants global relevance? Should I go there? Or are you the type that just buys book and posts on social media? Oh, my new read for the month. After you have posted it, maybe the day you bought it, you opened chapter one. Okay. And just that chapters, and then that's you didn't go back to read it, and you want global relevance. Wow, are you serious? Are you serious? You don't know that you only draw from a well that has water in it. You don't know that. You only draw from a well that has water in it. What do you want to bring out of an empty well? What exactly do you want to bring out of an empty well? The well is empty. What do you want to bring out from it? You're going to bring out just the bag itself. That's all. It's not going to take anything. So when the inside of you is empty, like there's nothing inside, there's no substance. I don't know I don't know how to explain it. What do you want to bring out? Global relevance is not some biscuits, bread and butter conversation. It's not. No. You don't achieve it by just mere wishing. I wish, I wish, I wish, I wish I have a friend. It is not by wishing, my dear. Mary says we come from slumber. Very important. You want to position yourself for global relevance. How are you building your brand? What kind of brand are you even building? What kind of brand are you even building for yourself? How are you even building your brand? How are you investing in your brand? How do people even see you? How? Very important. In this conversation of global relevance, it's not just one thing you will do that is automatically going to make you uh, globally relevant. It's not just, you know, sometimes it takes consistently doing a particular thing. You know, let people know you for it. Let people know that, oh, this is what she does. Oh, this is what she represents. Oh, this is how she lends her voice in this particular conversation. Oh, this is how she shares her opinions. Oh, this is how she contributes. Oh, this is how she does this. Oh, this is what she has to say. You're not the type that will be throwing tantrums on social media. Just open your mouth, blah, talk, blah. Global relevance. I'm sure you know that the internet never forgets. So sometimes, even when you go back and delete it, maybe you finally even wake up and come to your senses. I should not have said this thing. Somebody somewhere might have taken a screenshot. You never can tell. Oh, well, that's a case of ignorance, anyways. But by the time you are done, or when you wake up in those days of ignorance, ensure that what you're bringing is enough to make people ignore the days of ignorance. I'm sorry, there's a lot of distraction around. My phone is beeping. You know, very, very important. Very important. How are you giving value to people? How are you giving value to people? I know that in this age and time, I feel like the word value has even been overstressed or bastardized. Everybody's just shouting value, value. What do you even know about value? They're just saying, oh, I'm a value person, I'm a valuable person, I'm a valuable person. What exactly is the value you're talking about? What exactly is the value you're talking about? But it's not as hard as it seems or as people paint it. It's as simple as the things people see around you, you know, the things you give out, the things you say, the things you contribute to. How substantial? Yeah, I think that's the word. How substantial are those things? How substantial are those things? There's something we learned back then in school where we learned about news writing. You know, we say, oh, your news necessarily doesn't have to be long, but your news must be concise, it must be meaty, it must be brief, it must be weighty. Those are components. So, how weighty as the things you're bringing to the table. How meaty are they? How concise are they? You want global relevance? Then work on being an authority in your field. Work on being an authority in your field, in whatever field you have chosen, whatever career you have chosen, whatever thing you have chosen to do with yourself. Work at being an authority in that field, such that when that field is being mentioned, without thinking twice or three times, people can mention your name or your brand. Very important. Very, very important. So work at being an authority, work at being somebody that is credible in that field. That way it's easier to gain global relevance, because again, the more the more people know your brand, the more your chances. It could be one major thing you're going to do that is going to boom, skyrocket it. Boom, it's possible. But then you know that that thing has to be groundbreaking enough. Very, very important. As I round up this conversation, I'd like to also say that in your balancing for global relevance, ensure that you become a study of your field. How do I say it? That become a student of your field. Like, be so good that you cannot be ignored. Be so good, be so good, be so good, be so relevant that you cannot be ignored. Be very good that you cannot be ignored. Show up, consistently. As much as you want to show up consistently, you know why you're showing up consistently, and know to whom you are showing up consistently to. Because again, you cannot continue to wait in the dark when nobody's going to see you. The organizations you need to belong to those organizations, and don't just be a member. Play an active role. Play an active role. Be volunteer. Be valuable. Be a secretary. Do something. Don't just sit. Don't just become a member and then you sit that backyard behind. You just sit down there. Oh, I'm a member. Fine. But become somebody of worth in that group. Very, very important. We're talking about global relevance in it. Yeah. So ready to volunteer, even in the associations, even in the groups, even in the places that you now join. Don't just be a nominal person there. And then you say, let them go and do it. Let us go and do it. Let us go and do it. What do you want to do? You don't prepare for battle on the day of battle. It's not on the day of battle you now start bringing out your sword. You now start checking. This my sword. Is it sharp? Is it foul? No, you don't do that. You prepare ahead. That's how we work with global relevance. So it doesn't just happen just like that. Prepare ahead. Envision it, see it happening, conceptualize it, picture it, everything. As you're doing all those things, start working towards it. Start working towards it. In the end, it's going to add up. In the end, it's going to add up. Don't be the one that says, I have phobia for water. I cannot travel. I have phobia for height. I can't enter plane. Are you serious? You have phobia for heights. You don't want to enter plane. You will not close your eyes or sleep off. Hello? In the end, all of those things will add up. Okay? They will add up. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you got value. I hope it was worth your 30 minutes plus. Thank you. Priscilla, I saw your notification. I think I'm right in time. Where is our host?
Thank you, Ma. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your time. Wow. Voila for who no one balance, so seriously. And if you've had all this, because actually it is not what you hear now that will get you balanced. It is not what you hear now. It won't just happen. It's not just something that is magical. So you have to be intentional about these things. I wrote something here. You must be a person of substance to be positioned for global relevance. If you don't have anything to offer, no one would want to relate with you. Nobody at all. And then she said something about the mighty trees in the forest being deeply rooted. To be honest, if you're not deeply rooted, you cannot become mighty. So it is these weeds that you can easily pluck off. These weeds in the farmland, they are the ones you can easily pluck off. So if you are not ready to walk, sometimes it takes process. In fact, it's not sometimes, all the time it takes process, it takes time. Before a tree became a mighty one, it did not just happen. Be ready to become deeply rooted. When I sent a message to Mary Ogundimu, she wasn't out of the country yet, or she has not even left Nigeria at the time. And I'm quite surprised that after the invitation, I saw that she has relocated. It's not because I just looked at her and maybe this person, she can say something like this. No. But even while she was here with us in Nigeria, she has shown it that no, she has a global mindset. She has a global mindset. So if even if you are here, think globally. They say act locally, think globally. So you don't have to get out of here to start becoming globally relevant. It starts from now. That mindset is not just a wish, but you have to work work for it and do not stop. Thank you, Mary Ogundimu, for your time. We are so glad to have you on board. I had to change from
Thank you so
the
much.
system to a phone because of the technical issue I was having. Thank you so much for your time. Do we have anyone with questions for Mary Ogundimu? Do we have any question? Do you have any question? Okay. I think there is no question. We are so grateful, ma'am, and we believe that if there is another opportunity to talk, we believe you'll be so glad to honor our invitation. We are so glad to have you. So everybody, I want you to join me to celebrate Mary Ogundimu. Celebrate her in the comment section. Celebrate her. I am so happy. I am so happy. In fact, those of you that have stayed till this time, you deserve some accolades. You deserve some accolades. Celebrate yourself. I'm not seeing your comments, so celebrate yourself with the clapping emojis. Celebrate yourselves. Thank you so much, ma'am. So now we are moving to the next session, the last session and not the least session, and we'll be having on board my brother, my big brother, Glory Oyewumi. Is the founder of Epta Garages. Let me say he's a father. He's a oh God. You see, he's a father. Oh, he's even wearing native attire today. He's a father. He's a big brother indeed. He was the general coordinator of Deeper Life Campus Fellowship, Lautech. That was how I knew him. That was how I met him. And it's been an amazing journey since that time, since 2015 till date. It's been an amazing journey. He's a lover of God, a lover of the word, a lover of spilling sense. He's always dishing out sense. So please, if you don't have shock absorbers, please just get some shock absorbers or some word absorbers, because you might be needing them. You might be needing them. Let me not talk too much. Join me as I make welcome Glory Ojewumi. You're welcome, sir. We are so happy to have you on board.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good
You do me
afternoon.
a favor, if you can hear me properly, just um, just type in the comment section. I can see that on YouTube here. If you can hear me properly, just type I can hear you. Okay, I can see John. Ikundare Toluwani. Okay, Boluwatofe, Oluwaseun. Okay, Damilola. Yeah, good afternoon. Hope we are all doing great. First, I would like to say, till today, I don't know how to react when they are reading someone's citation, when they are talking about people. How should someone react? Should someone just say, should someone just do something like, oh my God, or should someone just do the okpo okpo? Wow, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Irrespective of where you are, either you're in Nigeria or outside Nigeria, somewhere in Africa or somewhere outside Africa, I would like to say good day to you. My name is Glory Oyewumi. Just simply call me Uncle G. Okay, and I'd like to also appreciate the convener of this event. Thank you for this. Thank you very much, Priscilla. I've known Priscilla now for how many years? It's been not even 2015. I got to know you 2014 very well. 2014, yeah, 2014. So it's been amazing so far. And for your team, I would like to say you guys are doing an amazing job. And also for the speakers, we're sharing this platform together. I would like to say that thank you for the job well done. You've said a whole lot of things. I'm almost like saying, what else do I want to say? Okay, than to just come and say, shall we pray? Or something around that. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So the topic before me is a sustained partnership with God for balance. A sustained partnership with God for balance. But let me start with this. There is more with us than we have with God. Meaning, what our own duty and roles are more than that of God. God is just God will just do his part, but our own part is, let me say, the most of the theme. Okay, we are the variable. God is constant. God, the same thing, the same help God is giving you is what is giving me, but we don't have the same results. Why? Not because God is partial, but because the input we're putting into it is different. So what you put into it plus what God is going to do is what will give you the end result. All right, that's number one. So God gave us brain so that we won't disturb him much. Let me take that again. God gave us brain so we won't disturb him much. When you were coming here, or probably let me use myself as an example. I didn't need to pray to say, God, should I use a cap? Should I wear native attire? Should I use this or that? I didn't need to pray. Why? God has put in me the mechanism to know, hey, this is what I should do at some point, and this is what I should not do. On the flip side is this. Irrespective of how sharp our IQs are, we have limitations. All right? Where our limitations are is where God is going to just help out. Are you following me now? Even sometimes, even when you don't have a limitation, we have to rely on God for some things and all of that. But what I'm trying to drive out is the fact that there is more you should do than what God will do for you. God is doing everything in his capacity, but are you doing everything in your capacity? Let me ask you this. Is there anything they've been saying since morning, right here, we say you never heard before? Just tell me. Is there anything you've been saying you've not heard before? Either you've heard it in one way, in another version, might not be exactly, but you must have heard it before, somewhere, somehow. But you know the problem is because we know the year word. Now our problem is that we know the year word. Let them motivate us from tomorrow, from now to tomorrow. If you no go here, no go here. The last speaker will say that everything she's going to be saying, not everybody will need it. Of course. Of course. Even if you say you need it, your actions might be saying something else. That's the point. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to tell us that, guys, do your part. Do your part. Everything you've written down in those diaries, everything you've written down in those jotters, 2021 is over already. We have some days to go, but in the true sense of it, everything you said you were going to do in 2021, did you do that? Did you do that? So let's not deceive ourselves in this coming here. Let's do what we ought to do. God will do his part. God will always be faithful to his part. We are the ones that won't be faithful. We are the ones that will always do something else. All right. So guys, before I come to the part of God, let me just talk to us on something funny. All right, something a little bit funny, but you know, like the best way I introduce myself is playfully serious and seriously playful. All right. I would like to use a particular acronym we've known over time. I like to use that. But before that, let me explain what's balance generally. What's balance? So I looked up the dictionary to get balance. Balance is a situation whereby different elements are equal. Okay, whereby different elements are brought equal, or they are brought in the correct proportion. Okay. Now, I will just give it a phrase. Balance means equal distribution, equal energy, equal hard work, equal work, equal input into something. All right. Balance is just bringing things to equilibrium. All right. Equilibrium. Now, how do you attain balance? Generally, we've said a lot of things. Other speakers have said a lot of things, but let me give you in this acronym. Have you heard about the acronym Mr. Niger D before? Mr. Niger D. If you've heard it before, just shoot me in the comment section. I can see you from here. I can see you from the. All right, just shoot. If you've heard Mr. Niger D before, let me see your hand. Let me just write something. Just write something. Let me feel you in the comment section on YouTube. All right, Mr. Niger D. You've heard it before when we're in secondary school, even in primary school. You were told Mr. Niger D, Mr. Niger D, Mr. Niger D. All right, so let me know. Have you heard of Mr. Niger D before? If you can hear me, okay, good. I can see Oyemi Mary saying yes, sir. Okay, I can see Oluwasheo. Okay, don't let me call your surname. Imalo Shikwe. All right. Okay. Ajao Joseph. Wow. Yes, sir. Good, Mr. Niger D. We're going to be using that acronym or that acronym. Not on acronym. We'll be using that as what we're talking about today. The first one is M. M is for what? Everybody, shoot me. We'll make this engaging as possible. Comment section. What is M? What is M? M is what? M is what? Let me know those that those that skip school. M is what? You know, most of you, so most of you are in the university already. Now you will not. Okay, someone is saying movement. Good. Oh, Yemi Mary. Good. Movement. All right. Now, to attain balance in life, the first thing you need to know and you need to work on is movement. Now, let me read what I wrote there. I won't. I'll try as much as possible to stay with my diary on what I jotted towards this event because I don't want to go overboard. Right. All right. Movement is moving in a particular direction. All right. Gaining momentum in a direction. That's movement in a direction. But to gain balance, ensure you are moving. Moving means progress. Ensure you're making progress. You can't make progress except it's in the right direction. Movement is just momentum if it's not in the right direction. Movement is progress when it's in the right direction. Oh my God. Are you following? Yeah? Movement is just gaining momentum. Without direction, it's just gaining momentum. You're just gaining momentum, right? Right? But when it's in the right direction, it's progress. All right. So ensure there is movement, not just movement, but movement in the right direction. Either you are flying, or you are running, or you are walking, or you are crawling. Ensure you are moving in the right direction. That direction part is where God comes in. You need to know, God, Let me tell you something. I'm not shy with my own God, with my own Jesus. I'm not shy about it. If it is some God that pays you, guy, sit down with your son go. If it's Oshun, Alaye, sit down with your Oshun. If it is Obatala, sit down with your Batala. If it is a shoe, sit down with a shoe. If it is Buddha, guy, sit down with your Buddha. If it is Muhammad, sit down with your Muhammad. But for me, it's Jesus, tested and trusted, confirmed many years now. Confirmed, now confirmed product. Now so I don't use that. Guys, are you with me? So I've been getting my direction from God. You can be moving, and after you've moved and moved and moved, you just notice, guy, you've wasted your time. That's where God comes in. You got to ask, God, where am I going to? Where should I be headed? Should I be paying? You don't just pay for courses. You must know if they are the right courses to pay for. Go for trainings. Okay, go for conferences. Travel. Now we're having a lot of movements, right? A lot of, is it immigration right now? Immigration has to come out, right? Immigration has to come inside. Okay, immigration. If I'm not getting it right, don't worry. You shall understand. All right. You've been having a lot of that in Nigeria and Africa as a whole. But be sure that the same God that told Abraham to leave, or the same God that told Isaac to stay. So you must be sure. Are you the Isaac? Hey, are you don't follow, Jah? Are you following me? Isaac was asked to stay. Abraham was asked to move. You must be sure. If God is telling you to move. Now, anybody moving or not, don't forget, you and your God, you're personal. If it's your Allah, it's personal. Buddha is personal. If it's Hinduism, if it's Judaism, if it's any of this, guys, personal. Is you and that thing. You and that your God. Is God telling you to move? Fine. If God is not telling you to move, toba pere. You have to finance anything that comes out of it. You have to shoulder anything that comes out of it. But if God is telling you to move, anything that happens, you can go back to him and say, God, Baba, he don't want to be plenty again. No, you can go back and he will fix it for you. Movement. Let's not overflow that. All right. So in movement, you have to set goals, right? You know that before. Set goals. Your goals will initiate how you move and when to move. Okay. You have to also evaluate your goals. If you are eating them, jot them down. Okay, I've done this, I've done this, I've done that. Am I doing this? Okay, this is the next thing to do. You have to set goals, guys. You have to next year. Now, for next year, if I ask you, what are your plans for next year? Now, you might not have it all written down in black and white, but you must have something. You might not have everything for next year, but right now you must be able to say, Kai, this particular thing, I'm going for it. Last night I was with one of I was in a conversation with one expert like that. He's a friend of mine, so he's an expert. When it comes to me getting some things, we have to move people from friendship to being their position, the office they carry in that particular thing you are reaching out to them for. All right. So last night is definitely an expert to me, not my friend. That particular point is not my friend. All right. So I was asking him about a particular thing for next year. I'm working on something for next year, 2022. Guy, the things will not change for you because it's a new year. Things will not automatically become new because it's a new year. Things will automatically become new because you are doing new things. You're thinking differently. You're acting differently. You're talking differently. You're moving differently. So you shout, Happy New Year, happy. So because it's January 1, things should now be new for you. No, definitely not. So I was working, I was telling him this and that. He started giving me a lot of insights, apart from the fact that I researched about that particular field. Okay, I researched myself. After that, he helped out. Guy, we're not just throwing in money into training. We're not just throwing in money into courses. We are doing it in the right direction. If you're a career person, go and do your career. If you're a business person, go after business. If you don't know which one, ask God. All right, ask God. Well, let's not waste time on that. Let's not waste time on that. Your purpose will determine your movement and what direction you're moving. Let's come to the next thing. R is what? Respiration. Give me R. It's like I'm talking. Give me R. What is R? Respiration, right? Respiration, respiration, respiration. What's respiration? All right, that's exchange of gases, right? We breathe in oxygen, we breathe out what? Give it to me. We breathe out what? We breathe out what? I'm waiting. I'm actually looking at the comment section here. Breathe out what? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I'm waiting. Respiration. You breathe in oxygen, you breathe out. Let's go. I'm waiting. How many people watching? Oh, good. I can see the flow. I can see the rush. Nice one. It means we are still on board, right? All right. What does that mean? What does that mean? It means life is all about give and take. Don't just shout deep. It's about give and take. You give carbon dioxide, right? You take in oxygen. Let's talk about the parasitic people, the opportunists. That's all you know in your life is just to get from people. You have never in your life thought of, what am I giving back to this person? What am I giving back to the society? You've never in your life thought of it. All you know is give. I mean, take. Young man, young girl, or young woman, lady, you're a parasite. This coming year, you stop being a parasite. As you take from people, think there is something you've got to give out. You have something on your inside to give out. So don't always take from people without thinking about, what am I giving back to this person? What am I giving back to this situation? If anything happens around you, the first thing to do is not to start complaining. Think about what can you do. And if after you've thought about it, you still see nothing to do, it means you've not developed capacity to be a problem solver. You must be, or probably you are, I want to say, probably you are useless, but I don't want to say, Sha, have I said it? I've not said it. But I'm saying nobody's useless. Obviously, nobody's useless. You've got something to give out. You've got to, come on. In that friendship you are, right? Do you know why people find it easy to just dump you? Because actually you've never been giving out anything. You've never been giving out anything. What have you given out so far? Person where gets value, where they give value. They don't just dump them. Why? People, they will be scared to dump you. You know why? Because they know they know what they're going to lose. Dropping you. So this coming year, or this coming, from now henceforth, don't be a parasite. As you get or take from people, learn to give back to them. I wrote this down. Don't live a one-sided life. Live a highly complementary life. Be beneficial to people as they are beneficial to you. I don't actually think about what I get from people at first. Trust me. What I do is I go all the way out. To help out. I just give. I give. Hey, if you don't have any, if people are sucking you dry, Chama, you can leave them, throw them away. We're still coming there. R is for what? Respiration. Let's come to the next thing. The next thing is nutrition. Nutrition is what? The process of obtaining nutrients necessary for growth. How does this apply to what we're talking about? Gaining balance. How does it apply? Be careful what you feed on or where you feed from. Trust me. You can't grow feeding on the wrong things. You can't. You can't get to where you want to get to feeding from the wrong places or associating yourself with the wrong type of people. You can't. It's not possible. It's not possible. It's not. You just have to feed from the right places and even the right things. You can be even in the right place and you're feeding on the rubbish. You're feeding on the rumors. You're feeding on the gist. When you should be feeding, when you should be looking out for the opportunities there. Funny enough, when friends are discussing, they don't just talk about opportunities. Trust me. We, like myself and my friends now, we talk about everything. But you will be of a disadvantage if all you can see out of everything we are talking about or we are doing is the gist part. The oh my God, did you hear? Did you hear about this? What of this? And the part where we threw out opportunities, or we're talking about opportunities of the next business or the next thing to invest or the next thing to throw in our money, and the only thing you can remember is oh my, this gonna know. This bad guy. You can be in the right place and you are not even picking up the right things. So two things: feed right and also from the right places. All right, let me just read it. Now, we're having different parts of your lives, or life rather. Other speakers have talked about it. They've talked about different facets of our lives. For a physical life, eat well. I think one of the speakers talked about that. Guy, eat well. Eat healthily. Be healthy in what you eat, what you feed yourself. Don't just eat anything. Let's not overflog that. Mentally, get something that stimulates your mind, not something that you just feed on junks. Something that stimulates you, not just shouting, not things that will make you shout deep, deep, deep. I think the last week I talked about that. Don't just be shouting Rema, Rema. Something that will stimulate not just your psyche, but also will stimulate you to make decisions, the right decisions, make you to act, things that will make you act on the spot, right? Not just acting, at least calculated actions, not just say, hey, that guy, just you threw your money, you threw your time, you threw your effort. No. Just for your mental power, right? Things that will stimulate your mind. Next thing is socially, feed well. One of the speakers talked about that. Chill. Sometimes you need to relax. You need to relax and chill. Not you need to relax. Sometimes you just have to say, hey, enough is enough of work. Enough of work. Let me just go out. Let me enjoy myself. There are some cool places, even in that your city. There are some cool places you've not been. Trust me, there are some cool places you've not been. Step out. If you can afford stepping out of your state, or if you can step out of your state, step out of your country, step out of your continent. If you can afford it, go at least once in a while. It's good. For those of you that are married here, let it be part of your plans for next year. Save up. 500,000 naira will take yourself and your wife to some places in Africa. Convenient 500k. We do the job. If okay, you don't have 500k, you have 50,000. You step out of your place. Step out. 50k. We do a lot of things within your city or even next city or neighboring city. You will do a lot of things. Feed your social life. Okay, you're calling yourself an introvert. Get something that gets you socialized. Just do something. All right. Next one is emotional. All right. Don't stay around things and people that demoralizes you. Okay, people that emotionally drain you. So get things that emotionally jacks you up. All right. Next one is relationship. Feed your relationships well. The people you know, you have to feed that relationship. You have to feed that relationship. You love this person, you want this person to be in your life. I'm not talking about relationship of say I want to marry you, I love you. Guy, we're not talking about that. Even if it's that, feed it well. You can't be in a relationship with somebody and you're not doing well. Feed it. All right. You get out of the relationship what you put into it. All right. So just imagine Priscilla bringing all of us down here. I told her before coming, I said I needed to, I'm done for the day, even at work, in my business, I'm done. Every other thing can be handled by, guys at work and all of that. I'm done. Why? She has put a lot of things into we all being together. Can you see how many of us came around and we are still doing this on a Friday? This is a work day. For me, Friday is as busy as Mondays. It's as busy as, you understand? But she has done a lot to just keep us all together. That's why she can just act just like, hey, Egbon, come. And we are all here. All right, feed your relationship. All right, that's nutrition. Let's come to irritability. What is irritability? All right, the ability of an organism to respond to stimuli, right? Sensation in the environment. All right, the way we respond, the way we sense our sensitivity. How does these apply? Have the ability to respond to opportunities. Have the ability to respond, not react. Have the ability to respond well to conflicts, respond well to people's attitude. Some people are nasty. Know how well to act. To respond. Don't react. They gave you bam, you give them bam. Not fine. Sometimes you need it. I give it too. Sometimes you give people the way sure, but not every time. You understand? Not every time. Some people don't deserve your attention. I wrote it somewhere here. I said It's not every time. Okay, it's not every situation or discussion that deserve your attention. I'm not sure if you heard that well. It's not every situation or discussion that deserves your attention. No be everything where they talk. Now you supposed to put mouth. Sometimes even if you have something to say, even if you have something on your mind, you know me say you have something to say. You might have it, or sometimes discussions might just be going on and you just feel I don't feel like talking about this thing. I just don't feel like I don't feel like just contributing. Yeah. It's allowed. That's how it should be. Not every time. This is what happens. They say, hey, how fun? What do you think? Just smile. Sometimes just smile. Learn to respond well. Learn to respond well. Okay. Um, don't react, respond. Don't talk when you need to be silent, and don't be silent when you need to talk. You can't maintain balance in your life if everything they are doing, everything someone is saying, you're putting mouth. Guy, there is enough on your plate to work upon already. So there's a lot of things you should be working upon. I mean, working on in your life than to put him out, put your energy, throwing your energy here, throwing you will burn out. I think one of the speakers talked about burning out. You will burn out. It's not every trust me, it's not every event I honor. It's not pride. It's just irritability. Not be everything. Person go dey respond. No matter the amount, it's not everything. Sometimes you just have to look at it. Which one deserves your attention? It's not everything. Even though sometimes it deserves your attention, but you just look at that timing. It might not be fine for you. You just have to let go. All right? Irritability. Know how to be sensitive. Spiritually, be sensitive. Emotionally, be sensitive. Socially, be sensitive. Not every friend, not everybody that comes around is your friend. Let me dwell on that. Some people are just your colleagues. They're not your friends. That person with you that you guys are living together in the university is just your roommate. It might not necessarily be your friend. Not just the share room. That's roommate, not friend. Be sensitive to know. Be sensitive to know who to partner with on that business. I don't just partner with people. Bring the money to the table. It's more than money. It's trust me. Yeah, we need money. Yes, we do. We need money, but be sensitive. Because just be sensitive. I can't overflog that. Be sensitive. Be sensitive. So that's irritability. The next thing is growth. Mr. Ninja D, we've done the MRNI. We're now on G. Growth. Growth is the increase in size and height of an organism. Yes or no? That's growth. All right. What are you to do? How does that apply? You must learn to evolve. The you we are seeing now should be different. June 2022. Let me even ask you. January 2021 and now, are you different? Ask yourself. Be true to thyself. Be true. Are you different? Are things different with you? That business, what's up with it? Any growth? You know, if you're growing, you will know. I'm not talking about growing old. Next year will come, you'll be a year older. They'll be saying happy birthday and all of that. Guy, you are only growing old, but you might not be growing up. It only takes you to eat and wake up to grow old. Eat, wake up, eat, wake up, eat, wake up. You grow old. But trust me, it takes a lot of intentionality to grow. I mean, you grow old, right? You grow old, but it takes a lot of intentionality to grow up. You can be doing all of this and not be growing up. All right? Growth. Where do you need growth? You have to ensure you grow your mindset. Your mindset. What's your mindset? The way you set your mind. Now, so no big deal. The way you set your mind. They call one big figures. You're like, and you calm down now. Wait till they walk you now. They ask you, have you thought about this business? Have you thought this business through? Mindset. There's a mindset to things. Cool. Next one is in your approach to things, the way you approach things, in your perspective, the way you view things must be different. Must be different. All right. Next one is in your relationship, the way you relate to people and who you relate with. There must be growth. There's some type of people you were relating with last year, right? I mean, this year. You must just learn to grow differently. You have to You have to add to the number of mentors you have, number of books you are going to read, the number of people you're going to meet, the number of places you're going to go that will add value to your life. You must grow. Why? Who you are today must be different from who you will be next year, this time next year. Let's come to the next thing. All right. Before that, let me just read this part. Every part of your life must be better. That's growth. Must be better. If it's not better, it's better you are dead now. You're just cumbering the ground. You're taking the resources where you say what are supposed to take. Die. Die. I'm not saying you can kill yourself. I don't know if you get my point, right? All right, that's not about that. Next thing is excretion. What's excretion? The removal of what? Metabolic waste products from the body of an organism. Do you know you need to excrete? What do I mean by that? Look at that. You must learn to remove toxic influences and negative vibes from your life. That's excretion. Learn to take it off your life. Negative vibes. Excrete it. Negative people. Throw them away. Reproduction is what? Ability to give back. Productivity. Guy, that's productivity. Give back to new things, new ideas, new ways of doing things. I'm rushing. The last three is we have the last one is D, Mr. Ninja D, right? But along the line they added 2. Can remember for those of you that went to good, upgraded school or some that upgraded yourself. Oh, we're having A and C. So it's no more Mr. Ninja D, it's not Mr. Ninja Dark. Mr. Ninja D then AC. All right. So death is the next thing. You have to be dead. Although you are living yet, you have to be dead to the major thing you should be dead to is indiscipline. Your goal, you're not reaching your goals because you're not disciplined. Young girl, young guy, young man, big woman. You're not disciplined. Procrastinate what you need to procrastinate. Don't procrastinate something. There are some things you don't need to procrastinate about. Everybody procrastinates on, but procrastinate differently. All right. Don't postpone what you need not to postpone. Be dead to procrastination. Be dead to indiscipline. Be dead to corruption. All right. Be dead to indecision. Be dead to that. All right. Next one is adaptation. Adaptation. Learn to adjust to seemingly inconvenient circumstances. You can't be in this life and want to be a better person and not adapt. You must learn to adjust and adapt. Are you following me now? Last thing there is competition. That's C. Healthy competition is needed. You need to compete healthily with people, especially your friends. Be in the league of friends that you compete with each other. You compete in terms of the goals you're hitting. Some of my friends, we talk about, hey, guy, how many goals you set this month? You set this amount of goals. I've hit this amount. I could not hit that one. Yeah, compete together. Don't compete to downtrod yourself. Downtrade yourself. Compete to motivate yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't attain balance without doing all of this. You can't. And above all, which is the last thing I'll be saying today, above all, you need God. You need God. Irrespective of what works for you. Jesus is working for me, confirm. Tested and trusted. Confirm. Any day, any night, any day, any time. Jesus is working. All right. So you need God. Not every decision or plan that looks good to you is actually looking good for you. Not everything that looks good looks real for real. Looks good for you. And it might actually look good, but might not necessarily be your own good. Might not look good for your journey. Might not. Some are good, but not good for you. You must learn to download by revelation what is specific for you. What did I say? You must learn to download by revelation what is good. Specifically for you. Not the opportunities that everyone is jumping at. That's why people get scammed. It's good for you. Even if you're not going to get scammed, it might not necessarily be yours. So, ladies and gentlemen, sustaining balance through God. Do all of this, Mr. Ninja Dark. And that's your own part. Mr. Ninja Dark is your own part. God is going to put his own part. Trust God for everything. Trust God. Pray hard, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very, 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 very much for having me. On this note, I would like to say
Thank you.
I'm done. Thank you very much.
Thank
God bless
you so much, sir. Thank you so much for the exposition, for the teaching, for The the glasses are back. Okay. Thank you so much for your time, sir. Thank you for pouring it all out. I'm sure we all got value. We all got value. Thank you so much, sir.
I'm sure we all
So, ladies and gentlemen, I celebrate you all for staying in tune till this time. Thank you so much. We are going to end on the dot of 3 hours. So that's why we had to rush everything. But I believe you all got value. Thank you for being a part of Balance. Thank you for being a part of Take the Lead Conference 2021. Thank you so much. If you did not come, what would have happened? I cannot come here alone. My team members, if all of us are here, well, it's worth it. But everyone who is here, I celebrate you all. I celebrate grace. I celebrate grace. I appreciate all our speakers, everyone, Uncle JD, Christabel Ikpen, Mary Ogundimu, Bro Glory. I call it Bro Glory. Oh. No mind this thing that is making me say Glory Oyewumi, but then I appreciate everyone. Thank you to all the volunteers. Everyone, thank you so much for pushing things out. And I believe that in 2022, you're going to do great things. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much. Bye. Have a great, a balanced new year, a balanced lifetime. God bless you, everyone.